Welcome to Horror Cinema Obsession. Here, we dive deep into the chilling depths of horror cinema, from the critically acclaimed scares to the laughably ludicrous, and even the delightfully obscure. Now, let's join our hosts, Richard and Angelus, as they share their love, laughs, and sometimes sheer disbelief at the world of horror movies.
All right. Hello, Novia.
Hola, novio. Beautiful novio.
How's my beautiful co-host?
I'm good. How are you today?
Not well.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you want to share?
No,
No?
I'm struggling.
Yeah.
But you know what? For you guys, for the fans, I'm gonna stick this one out. I've been a little grumpy Gus.
Oh, why?
My allergies have flared up. I'm mid through my Zyrtec. I'm struggling right now. But that being said, I'm excited for today. We got a good one for you. But before we get into that, how was your week?
It was long.
It was long.
It was so long. I
Mine
had
too.
a 13-hour workday yesterday.
13 hours.
13 hours,
Not my Novia.
including travel and everything. It was 6:30. We were still stuck.
Am I gonna have to call the audit factory?
Hour and a half away. Which is, didn't want to go back next week for
Oh,
like
'cause
2
you were
or 3
at-
hours worth of work.
You're at the WSU campus?
Yeah, we were down there, and there was 3 of us to get through all of the testing that we needed.
Yeah.
And I got stuck in one of those parking meters,
Ooh.
and we kind of got lost around campus, went to a different campus, and
I've done that. I go there all the time for blood drives.
we were trying to find the car to drive to the next building, and then we realized it was right behind us. So we decided to walk over. By the time we got there, got situated, had a rundown of what we were doing there.
Uh-huh.
I forgot I hadn't renewed my meter parking.
Bum, bum, bum.
And
Did you get a
then
ticket?
I remembered it was like 40 minutes after the last time that I had added time. And so
Uh-huh.
I added time till, for the rest of the day. And I come back to the car. I got a $60 ticket for 40 minutes that I went unpaid.
Damn. You know what we say about those guys, those rat bastards.
Rat bastards. I was like,
Well, that was a riveting story.
"Oh."
So that'd be a long week. That'd
It
be
was a long
week.
wait. By the end of the day, I was like, I told my coworker, I was
Uh,
like, this is why I quit. I was like,
No, get out of here. You love your job.
I'm tired. I want to go home.
Yeah. No, I'm glad the week's over. Excited. This is Memorial Weekend.
3-day weekend.
Even though oddly we don't have any plans, that blows my freaking mind. Usually you've got our weekends packed, especially holiday weekends. I'm sure something will come up. Maybe Perfecto want a little picnic or something.
Or maybe we can go on a road trip somewhere. I don't know.
Road trip. Let's do it. I kind of want to see Mount Rushmore.
That's a long road trip.
Fuck it, dude.
Full good.
I want to see our founding fathers, okay?
And we have the rock, but next to the founding fathers.
Man, fuck the rock, dude.
It would be suiting. The rock on a rock. Haha.
Stupid. Anyways, today we've got a little different format for you guys. So, Angelus, what movie are we covering?
Today, we are covering Jennifer's Body, 2009.
Yeah, and the different format. Who is our special guest?
Today, we have a guest of honor.
She's breaking out of the review corner for this episode. She's excited.
Dun, 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 dun. Nothing?
Hi.
Viana!
Viana. Yeah, so she was super pumped about this movie. This is one of her favorite movies of all time, Jennifer's Body, 2009. So, are you excited? I mean, I feel like I'm putting words in your mouth.
Yeah, this is like one of my favorite movies. Richard said, "Shut up until we introduce you."
Oh my
just kidding.
God.
No, I really
We have a
like.
format, okay?
Yeah. I really like this movie. It's one of my favorite movies. I don't know.
That you just wanted to talk about it?
Yeah.
Were you
could-
stoked to do all the facts and homework on it?
Yes.
All right. Do you have a ton?
My mom got all of this. But I have a few more like
gosh.
personal ones, but I do have a few facts.
Okay, cool. Guys, yes. So she's going to provide riveting content.
Yes.
Angelus, we know how Viana feels about the movie. How do you feel initially? How do you feel about this movie?
I thought it was okay the first time watching it.
Ooh.
I watched it when it first came out. I watched it a few times. I've seen
Whoa, this is a movie you've seen when it first came out?
Yes, not in movie theaters, but I did watch it when it first came out back in 2009, maybe 2010, maybe a year later. But I've seen it several times.
Privileged.
Hashtag I went to the video store and I rented it, Richard.
So this movie, honestly, I didn't see this. This is the first time I've seen this movie. And I know why. I remember like seeing previews for it. I remember seeing it coming out. But I'm like, dude, the way they marketed this movie, it was just seemed like it was super cheesy. It looked like it wasn't this story. It just looked crappy.
Yeah.
Like it was going to be a crappy movie. Not even horror, really. It was just going to be shitty. Just sex sells. Like it looked like they were selling Megan Fox.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, seeing this movie, I will say initially, I was surprised. Is it my favorite movie? Is it a perfect movie? Absolutely not. But that being said, it was entertaining. Like I did find it pretty entertaining and I could watch it all the way through. I did watch it twice. Second time was a little bit harder, but guys, my allergies flared up. So I did pass out the second way through. And I remember waking up towards the end and yeah, it's a pretty good scene.
No, I totally get what you're saying because I feel like when I watched this movie the first time when it came out,
yeah,
I also saw a lot of like, yeah, the way that they market it was like, look at Megan Fox, she's so hot, you want to see her killing people. But after doing the research for the movie, like I gave them a lot more recognition for what they were trying to do versus what came out.
So doing the homework on this, like, and we'll get into it a little bit more, but Diablo Cody, like, she doesn't get enough credit.
She does not.
She's got a couple movies that have done it, like, that I've been entertained. So we really got to give her roses. Guys, I got something. How do you guys feel Megan Fox? Hot or not?
Oh my God.
Hot or not?
Yes.
I give her a yes. Well, 2000s Jennifer.
Oh yeah.
2000s Megan.
She got weird after Machine Gun Kelly.
Well, yeah. I'm going to be honest with you, and our listeners will probably hate me. I do not find Megan Fox attractive. Transformer days, I didn't find her attractive. She just doesn't do it for me. I don't know why. I'm sure she has a nice figure, I guess. I just don't know. There's something about her that just is like, turns me off. I'm like, and I don't like guys, but that's what, when I'm confronted about this, cause I'm honest, I'm like, what? I don't see it. People are, what's the matter with you?
I think
I'm just honest. I'm just being real.
Me personally, from what I've heard, I feel like a lot more women find her attractive than men.
Really?
Like, surprisingly, yeah.
That's fascinating.
Like, I don't know. I feel like every, like, girl I talk to, I ask about Megan Fox, they're like, oh, she's so pretty. But, like, guys are like, she's really not my type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on that line. Anyways, before we get into the movie, so 2009, like we always do, guys, the movies that came out. I'll go through the ones that are non-horror first, or that were big blockbusters of that year. And there's some bangers on this one, guys. It's not a banger, but Avatar, that was huge that year. I remember seeing that in 3D. Oh my God. I took a girlfriend.
Privilege.
I took a girlfriend at the time to that stupid movie twice. I got dragged to it twice.
How dare you call it stupid, Richard?
I didn't like it. Dude, okay, I shouldn't say it was stupid, but it's the story of Pocahontas.
What?
The story. I've actually heard that comparison before.
It's legit, dude. Like, it's just blue people, though.
They invade their world.
Yeah.
And they take over their resources.
Yeah.
And then he gets the girl.
Yeah, exactly. So that's James Cameron, Titanic.
Hey, but the freaking pictures were beautiful in that
Okay,
movie.
I get it, and it took forever to make.
And it has your, what's her face?
I know, Zoe Saldana. She's cute. That's when she's attractive. But in all fairness, I didn't like that movie. And I watched that thing. James Cameron got my money twice.
Damn.
But then we have Up. That was a good one.
I love that movie. I used to hate it because it used to make me cry.
It was kind of sad, huh?
Yeah.
How about you, Angelus?
I like it. It's a cute romantic cartoon.
I know. Yeah, Up. And then, oh, dude, one of my favorites, definitely in my top 3 Quentin Tarantino movies, Inglourious Bastards.
I still need to watch that.
Oh, dude, we're killing Nazis.
Killing not.
I just love that movie. And then, and our boy, our director from Cabin Fever, he was in it. He played the badass Jew that was like beating their ass with a baseball bat.
Who?
Look it up, the Cabin Fever director. I'm drawing a blank.
It's your allergies.
Yeah, get your phone. People are going to be like, wow, just shouting at us right now. I'll know it. He did Thanksgiving too.
The new Thanksgiving movie?
Yeah.
Go on.
God, what is his name?
Cabin Fever.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. I was not ready to research.
Wait, the one I said I hated?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
Eli
like that
Roth?
one.
Yeah, Eli Roth. God damn it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just drawing blanks right now. But in fairness, I usually draw blanks anyways with names. I know the person. I just can't remember the names on the stupid pod.
I was going to say Eli, but then I was like,
Get the
"There's no
fuck
way."
out of here.
I was.
If you were going to do that, I would have been I would have gave you a golf clap.
Oh
That
my
would have been
God.
awesome.
I'm just going to start shouting names next time, even if they're wrong. I
Please
remember
don't.
because we were at the horror exhibit at the Museum of Pop Culture, and they had a whole thing about Eli Roth.
Yeah, he's a badass. And then Hangover came out. That was big. Star Trek, the J.J. Abrams Star Trek. District 9, that was a pretty good one.
That was good.
Yeah. That one was with aliens, right? And they were
Yeah.
kind of in concentration camps.
Yeah, wasn't it similar? They did kind of like an Area 51, but it was District 9 with the aliens.
That was kind of a different take. I liked it. Hurt Locker, I thought that was a little overrated, in my opinion. But my absolute favorite of this year, Zombieland, I think, dude, that one's a classic. I'm sorry. Bill fucking Murray.
And he died.
He's like, in the flesh.
In the flesh.
And then he acts
Was
like
that
a
the
zombie. He's like,
second
it's gonna be great. You're gonna scare him. And he comes in, and then they
Oh,
fucking
and they
shoot
fucking
him.
kill him.
It's like, you shot Bill Murray, man.
That was good.
He's like, I thought he was a zombie. Oh, I love that. What were you saying?
I thought he came out in the second one. Was that the first?
Second Double Tap, I didn't really like that one. I don't
Oh.
remember too much of it. But no, Zombieland was good. Emma Stone, she's in it.
Woody Harrelson?
Yeah. Oh, fucking Woody Harrelson,
And then
dude.
what's that guy? He's like in every 2000s comedy.
Yeah, the Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg.
He plays Mark Zuckerberg in the Facebook movie.
I know.
God, again, I'm drawing blanks. I'm a fucking idiot.
Him.
But yeah, while she looks up his name, I'm sorry, guys. And then we have 2012, John Cusack. He did a disaster movie. And Sherlock Holmes, man, riding hot off of Iron Man and shit. Fucking Robert Downey Jr. did the Sherlock Holmes, which is okay.
Which is okay. You didn't like it?
What's the dude's name?
Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah, god damn it.
Oh.
Jesse Eisenberg. I'm gonna get better. My names are gonna get better, guys, I promise.
Good job. Good job.
Okay, but yeah, so those are kind of the non-horror or horror adjacent movies besides Zombieland that came out in 2009. Now, what kind of movies did you find that came out in horror in 2009? I feel like this was a pretty big horror year.
So I didn't stick to just the top horror movies. I found some movies that I recognized, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I remember that."
Yeah,
That's
let it
kinda
roll.
they
We're
do.
horror fans. Everything
We're
horror.
fans. Wrong Turn 3.
Oh.
Oh.
You let off with Wrong Turn 3. Oh my fucking God.
I didn't
thought-
put them in any order.
Whoa. I thought you would lead off with your favorite. I thought you would lead off with your favorite movie, Coraline.
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 Coral. Okay.
God. The other mother? Oh my God.
I know. I'm sorry.
Okay, continue.
Pandorum came out this year.
Pandora? Or Pandorum? Oh,
Yes.
okay.
I actually like that movie. Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's pretty
When it
good.
came out. Orphan.
Mm-hmm. How do you guys feel about that movie?
I've never watched it, so I can't say anything.
It's okay.
It's okay.
People like it.
It's
I might
popular
have-
with some
Mhm.
people.
We might have to revisit it. It's been a while. It's probably since 2009 that I've seen it.
What if Chancho ends up like Orphan?
Hey, man. Then we're doing something right.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's not.
Oh, evil child.
What other ones?
The Collector came out this year
Ooh.
too. The Haunting in Connecticut.
Okay.
The most disgusting movie I've ever watched in my entire life. The Human Centipede.
Dude, that one was crazy.
I've never watched it. I only watched the third one and it sucked.
Yeah.
I remember it was hard getting through it even the first time. Like, we had to pause, gag, continue, play.
Well, with mature eyes, I was able to get through it.
Some scenes I was just
I
like,
can just see
I
you
need a
guys.
stomach ache. And then The Final Destination.
Okay, that's what like the fourth, the
The
fifth one.
I think fourth. Yeah.
And then The Fourth Kind.
Okay, yeah, that one was I've seen that one. It was supposed to be live footage, found footage, but it had all actors in it. It had the Resident Evil Mila Jovovich in it. It was not. It's okay. It's an okay one. I think
Okay.
that's the one.
Yeah. Case 39.
Ooh, big one came out. Paranormal Activity. That spawned a whole genre. Well, it continued a whole genre.
I didn't think it was that scary.
Those make me laugh.
They're not. Those movies are terrible.
I
And
remember-
I will throw the gauntlet down on anybody that likes it. Hey man, go for it. I appreciate that you like horror. But Paranormal Activity, man, like that's like I don't think they're trying too hard. That's like every TikTok video now of hauntings.
It's like a high school film club.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
even high school film club, they can make
Yeah,
better stuff
so
than that.
I shouldn't hate on it, but it's just not for me.
I watched it because of all the hype.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right.
Dude, another one that came out. Have you ever seen House of the Devil? We might have to watch that.
Mm-mm.
So the film, it's set in the 1980s. It features a college student who takes a babysitting job that turns into a nightmare. It's like a cult that they try to sacrifice her. It's pretty good.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's not bad. Another one, a remake, Last House on the Left. Have you guys seen that one?
Is that with
No.
Jennifer Lawrence?
No.
No.
I forgot who the actress is, but it's pretty good. It's a remake. Have you ever seen the original? It's
Mm-mm.
by our boy Wes Craven.
Woohoo! No, I'll have to.
Oh,
I
okay.
saw one of your favorites came out.
What?
Friday the 13th.
Oh, dude, that one fucks. And there's a specific there's a specific scene, Viana, it's inappropriate, but this
Richard's
guy
back.
this guy's being intimate with a young lady.
Okay.
And then it looked like she had a breast job. And all I remember is him grabbing it. He's like, "Oh, your boobs, they're stupendous." Like, who
Stupendous?
uses the word stupendous, dude, when thinking about
That's
like,
like
a
a-
hot chick?
It's like a Victorian man.
Your breasts are stupendous. Like, get the fuck out of here. That would like not do it for me.
I'm gonna start doing that, saying that around you guys.
Stupendous.
No.
This movie is stupendous.
Did you have any other ones?
No.
Halloween 2, the Rob Zombie Halloween. Have you guys watched the Rob Zombie Halloweens?
I haven't, but I like his work. I've
So-
heard they're bad.
So it gets hated, but the way I see it is I can find appreciation for it. It's not part of the Halloween, like the Halloweens, right? It's its own thing, but I can appreciate it. And this one, he didn't really even want to do. He was kind of forced to do it, which you can kind of see. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed those movies quite a bit. Have you seen it, Angelus?
No. I have
Oh.
not.
Do you know who Michael Myers is?
Yes, he has a white mask on.
Oh, okay. Not the Crocs face.
Without holes.
Oh my God. And then we have this Descent 2, Dorian Gray, Thirst, The Unborn, and another good one that I kind of like. It's just kind of a smut one. Sorority Row, the remake.
I don't think I've seen that.
That one's pretty good. It's enjoyable. It's not the greatest piece of cinematography, but it'll get you through on a bad day, you know?
And Coraline.
Richard. So your Coraline on Halloween, what'd you do? That was so creative. I thought that was the coolest shit.
So
I participated too, by the way.
So yeah, he got participation points.
Uh-huh.
My family, we started during COVID doing a trunk or treat. So everyone decorates their cars. And this year I decorated my car. I did a box and the theme was Coraline. And it was supposed to represent that little door in the pink apartments with Coraline that she goes into the other dimension.
Yeah, the portal.
And finds the other mother. So Richard went shopping with me, and
your mom, Maria, dressed up as
my mom was
Coraline.
I was the other mother.
Yeah, dude, if we have pictures of that portal, that'd be kind of cool.
Oh, I think
to
I did
show
have
on Instagram.
Some. Yeah, I went all out. I put hands that were reaching out. It's pretty cool.
The kids thought it was cool, and then we had the music playing. That was awesome.
Now,
yeah, we'll have to find the picture and post it.
Now Spotify still thinks that that's one of my favorite playlists, and it keeps suggesting.
Yeah, so that kind of wraps up the 2009 movies. Did you want to talk about anything that was happening around 2009? I know a pretty big thing was our boy Barack Obama was inaugurated. I mean, that was pretty big.
Mm-hmm. He was a big deal. Bitcoin network was created in 2009.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Way back old. And then do you remember another virus that we survived? The H1N1 swine flu.
No, dude, I know another thing when the Antichrist was born that year.
Viana Christ?
Yeah.
Me!
Yes, you. The devil incarnate.
So why am I the Antichrist?
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. You just ended up coincidentally.
Yeah.
Peter still passed away right after.
Yeah, the year. And Heath Ledger died the year before me.
I know.
But if you think about it, years before you were born, or not, I guess not years, but a few years before you were born, Cliff Burton died the day after.
Yeah, September 12th. R.I.P. baby. R.I.P. Cliff, man. And justice for Cliff.
Okay.
Dude, a story about that. I went to a Trivium concert on my birthday. It was fucking awesome. All That Remains was there, Trivium. And they did a tribute to Cliff Burton. And they played For Whom the Bell Tolls, but they did their version of it. It was fucking sweet. It was during their thrash era. And dude, it was the best thing I've ever seen. Shout out, Trivium is the shit. All right, continue.
That's majestical for sure.
Yeah.
No, the last thing that was kind of a big deal for entertainment was Michael Jackson's passing.
Oh, yeah.
2009. He was
R.I.P.
50. I thought he was younger, but...
No, 50.
50.
Oh, you ignorant. You're ignorant. Stop it.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. You're ignorant. I'm going to start using that.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Was there anything else big happening?
That was the main big points that happened that year.
Dude, that year popping wise, I'll admit it, I was like, what was I, 20? 19? I was working McDonald's and Walmart in the same parking lot, dude. 2 jobs. I was busting my ass.
You know what? We've talked about this before. We probably crossed paths.
Shout out Shadle Park, dude. Shadle Park.
Shadle Park.
Dude, I need to do another shout out. This is local talk, guys. But Ridgeline High School, it's a new high school. Those bathrooms are freaking amazing. I did a blood drive there today, and I went and used the bathroom twice. Once, middle of the blood drive, so like 10, 11 o'clock, pristine. You could eat off the floors.
Oh.
And then after the drive, this was around 3 o'clock, pristine. I'm like, holy shit. And it didn't stink like kids, like nasty pee everywhere. Like, dude, golf clap for those guys. Seriously.
Not for long.
So shout out, guys. If you're ever in Spokane, check out the Ridgeline High School bathrooms.
creepy at all. Just up at a random high school and has to use the restroom during school hours.
There's gonna be like adults like showing up at their doors, like, "Can I use the bathroom?"
Say Richard sent you.
The doors are locked. They're gonna come ring in the doorbell.
You got Chris Hansen waiting.
Oh my
I'm
god!
just here to use the bathroom. They're not going to believe you. Like, come, sit down, explain yourself. Have you ever seen that? Angels was looking at me with like confused face.
I missed that one.
I showed my mom. I showed
To
you.
Catch a Predator?
Mm-mm.
I showed you. He was like, "So what are you doing here?" And they were like, "Yeah."
Oh,
Mhm.
okay, it's all coming back.
Come
to me.
sit
Now I
down.
know who it is.
You brought a six pack of wine coolers.
To
The-
keep his teenagers.
The kids in quotation
My-
like 25.
I like that
My-
guy that bought pizza, and as they were asking him, like, "What are you doing here?" He's just eating his pizza.
Yeah.
My favorite is when they try to run and then the cops tackle them in the
They're
front.
everywhere.
It's my favorite, dude. Okay. So was there anything else?
No, that's it for 2009.
Okay. Do you have anything on Titanic? I feel like we haven't talked about it enough lately.
enough lately?
Yeah, it's your favorite movie.
According to Richard.
I don't know. You went pretty hard on it.
When? Shout out Titanic. Shout out Leo.
Leo on top.
Inception.
Exception.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Tom Hardy. What's her name now? Or his name? That was Juno?
Oh, Elliot.
Elliot Page.
Yeah,
Elliot Page.
Page. He was in that Inception too. It was pretty good. Anyways, I digress. How do you guys feel about the cast for Jennifer's Body?
It was a really good cast. I liked it.
You liked it?
It was what was popular back in movies around this time era.
Was it? I think the only popular person was Megan Fox.
No, the
No.
most memorable person out of there was Megan Fox. But I remember watching movies that came out around this time, and a lot of these faces popped up a few times.
I'm calling bullshit, dog.
Like Amanda Seyfried. She was
She
in
was
Mean
getting started.
Girls.
Yeah, she
that
was
was a
get-
big thing.
She was getting started.
And then Chip in Scott Pilgrim, one of my favorite movie of all time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim's all right.
The show sucks. The new one, I'm so sorry. Spoilers.
Oh, there's a show?
Yeah, they kill him off in the first episode.
Who?
Scott.
They kill
Yes,
Scott
they kill him
Pilgrim in
off.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
No, the show. It's dumb. I don't like it. And the music kind of sucks in that one.
Oh.
And everyone's nice. They're supposed to be mean.
Are we going through?
Okay.
Do you want to know what else they made? The cast? No.
Yeah, well, let's start with Megan Fox. I mean, we know, let's face it, like we know where she's from, right? Transformers. What comes to mind is Transformers, Ninja Turtles.
More recently, she's done a few small roles in like comedies throughout.
Yeah, Jonah Hex was good.
This is 40, and then more recently, Till Death movie on Netflix. It's kind of on the genre of like thrillers and like
Yeah.
mystery. She wakes up and her dead husband is just handcuffed to her arm. But apparently, so Megan Fox,
did she have kids or something? She kind of faded away.
Yeah,
he has
she-
a few kids.
she was married for like 10 years.
Who's she married to?
I can't remember. She was divorced from him, but they had 2 kids together. So she kind of stayed out of the spotlight for a while.
Well, that's respectable.
I thought she had 3 kids.
Maybe 3 kids. 3 kids. I don't know. I don't keep track of her children.
So for me though, Jennifer's Body, for her, I think this is one of her most significant movies.
Mhm.
One, breaking stereotypes. The role of Jennifer Check allowed Megan Fox to break away from her image as just a glamorous action star and demonstrate her range as an actress. Although I think we're giving her a little bit too much credit by saying that. But also, it was a more complex character for her, so definitely was more challenging. You could tell than her roles in Ninja Turtles or
She wasn't just the
Transformers.
damsel in distress running
Yeah.
away, getting saved over and over again.
What I do appreciate about this movie is she does a good job of her and what's her Amanda.
Seyfried.
Yeah, they do that feminist. The themes are really
Mhm.
good on this, and it really is. They do a good job with getting that across, and I think it plays a part. Their acting
Mhm.
plays a part in that, a huge part.
Yeah.
Because it's believable. Like you can like I was believing it. It didn't take me out of it whatsoever. You know what I mean?
Their friendship.
Yeah. And then, yeah, career impact. I feel like now she's gaining recognition for it. People are starting to recognize it.
The movie.
But when it initially came out, she was getting shit on hard. Her and the writer, Diablo Cody, were getting shit on hard, unfairly, I think.
Yeah.
From what I was reading and from what I remember.
Yeah, and we can talk about it a little bit more here when we get into the director.
So that's Megan Fox. So obviously she's the big star. She's the one everybody's going to see, right?
Yeah. Also, sorry to interrupt. They wanted Blake Lively for this role.
Really?
Yeah. I can't see.
I couldn't see her do it.
I've actually what's the movie Favor that she did more recently? Kind of mysterious, not her typical sweetheart, but apparently she was busy with Gossip Girl, so she had to turn down the role.
Dude, I got a little bit of chisme on Megan Fox.
How's that?
Dude, she had a fallout with Michael Bay. That's why she wasn't in the Transformers movies. So she starred in the first two, but she was not in the third one. And she had made public comments, several negative comments about Bay's directing style, and compared him to historical figures known for their authoritarian approaches. This led to tension between them. And then the aftermath, they ended up replacing her, which Michael Bay, if you remember, we did Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and if you complained whatsoever, he was getting rid of your ass. Remember? Yeah. The dude was complaining it was so hot in the Leatherface.
That's
He's like,
true.
And they replaced him. So as a result of the fallout, Fox was not cast in Transformers Dark of the Moon. I don't think she missed out. The third installment in the series. Her character, Michaela Baines, was replaced by a new character played by Rosie Huntington-Whiteley. But they did reconcile because in later years, she did star in the Ninja Turtle movies as April O'Neil. So they did, obviously, Bay was not Hitler anymore in his authoritarian style because she came and did that work.
Nice.
Anyways, that was my little chisme.
That was your little chisme.
Yeah,
I feel like now
gossip.
she's pretty relevant in just like social media and the people that she's been associating with lately.
MGK, Viana's favorite artist.
No, okay. The Dirt though, that's such a good. That's another one of my favorite movies.
Guys, if as Viana's more like when she does episodes, you're gonna find out she is obsessed with Motley Crue.
No, I'm not.
She loves it.
Okay, I really do like.
And you know what? And this is the sad part. What's the song? Merry Go Round and Round.
That's not my favorite song. That's not my favorite song.
She plays it all the time,
No.
and I've caught her singing this by herself.
No, you haven't. Piece of Your Action, the best one. The guitar
Angelus.
licks.
Angelus, you can back me up on this.
I think she does it to kind of get on your
I just like to piss you off.
Oh my god. Hey, and this is kind of a cruel joke, but what's Vince Neil called? Vince Meal?
Yeah, because he's like bigger now.
Nah, poor guy. He's old, okay?
Didn't he fall off a stage?
Recently. I hope the poor guy's okay.
That's sad.
Broke a hip or something.
Oh my god.
Anyways, let's what, you got more?
I was gonna say back to Cheese Man. A few months ago, I think Megan Fox got in trouble by the internet again.
For what?
She said like people were like critiquing her on her new look, and she was like, "I didn't get surgery," and they were like, "Yes, you did," and she was like, "Da da da da," and she was like, "I don't look like a." I don't remember the exact words, but it was like.
So, for me, like, why does it matter if she got work? I mean, as long as she's happy with her appearance, you know what I mean?
She said, like, excuse my language, like, actually, I don't remember.
I just hate when people like Madonna, dude, like age
my God, yeah.
gracefully. Why don't you just admit that you're old now?
And
like, just
not relevant.
Age out. You're okay aging gracefully. There's something beautiful about that by letting yourself age. Cher, totally fucking.
Oh, she looks gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
She has plastic surgery. She does overdo it. Cher, Madonna. I'm talking about. There's other people that age like naturally, and it's beautiful. Like
Salma Hayek.
Exactly.
Shout out.
Yep.
She ages. She's gorgeous.
I follow her Instagram. She has so many pictures, and she's like more for like body positivity. And she's like, this is what, you know, being in your 50s looks like. And she'll take closings of her grays and her wrinkles. And she's like, let's just age happen.
We watched How to Be a Latin Lover.
We did.
And she was in it, and she was fucking beautiful in there. I'll admit it. She was a gorgeous lady.
She's hot. I like her.
But no, why can't people just age like celebrities? Like, why you got to be Sandra Bullock and putting fucking baby foreskin on your face to stay young, dude?
People are obsessed with.
She admitted that. I think it was on Ellen or something.
Yeah. She
Yeah. I remember watching that, sitting down. I was eating my cereal, and then all of a sudden I spit it out. I'm like, what?
You're like, that's where her foreskin is going?
She made me spit out.
Cheetos, not
She made me spit out my fucking French toasters, bro. Like,
it's gonna go to celebrities' face.
Not chancho.
You're gonna request it in a box.
I'm gonna freeze it.
Ew.
That's gross.
And then on his fucking 10th birthday, chancho, here's a gift.
Are you gonna like drink it in a smoothie like people do with their placenta?
No.
Oh, that's gross.
Anyways, let's digress. Let's go back. Hash brown, older ladies, beautiful.
Hashtag your body, your choice.
Yep.
Do ejection.
But okay, so
Don't kill yourself.
So okay, we got through Megan Fox, guys. What about Amanda Seyfried? Needy Lesnicki.
Needy Lesnicki. Anita Needy Lesnicki.
Yeah.
She actually, there was a lot of people that were tried out for her role, which I was impressed. Emma Stone, Amanda Bynes, Lizzie Kaplan, and Brie Larson auditioned for her role.
You know what? Everybody would have played good. Maybe not Amanda Bynes, but all the other ones would be all right. Although she was perfect. I think they casted her perfectly.
Yeah.
Brie Larson was also in Scott Pilgrim.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so Amanda Seyfried playing the friend in this to Jennifer's body, the quote unquote less hot friend, the nerdy friend. And she also kind of blew up and has been in a ton of work after this movie.
Les Miserables, Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, the fucking ABBA movie.
Girls.
Mean Girls, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, Scott Pilgrim versus the World,
In Time.
21 Jump Street.
Chloe. Have you watched that movie?
Chloe?
Yeah.
I have not. Dear John with Channing Taint Yum.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
And then she's also done some TV, The Dropout, where she plays Elizabeth Holmes.
Okay.
So yeah, kind of a big name in here as well.
Another big name though, Adam Brody. So this guy, I love this guy. And it's not in my notes here, but he played in a movie with Maria's favorite actor and the most handsome man, according to her, Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
And what's his name? It's a buddy cop. It's called Cop Out. It's got Tracy Morgan. I believe he's in that. But he plays another cop. He's pretty good in that. But also he got a start in the OC from 2003 to 2007. So this would have been one of the bigger movies that he was in. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, In the Land of Women, and Scream 4, he was good. Shazam, I don't know, And Ready or Not. That's kind of the filmography that I got for him.
Promising Young Woman. For his role, apparently filmmakers, they were hoping to get an actual rock star or musician to be in this role because he was the band
Probably
player.
the All-American Rejects player, Tyson Ritter.
Okay. Do you want to take guesses at who they wanted?
Tyson Ritter.
Okay. Anyone else? No.
Pete Davidson.
Pete Wentz.
Pete Wentz. Yeah, Fall Out Boy.
Joel Madden. And not a musician, but Chad Michael Murray.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Chad Michael Murray.
And they were
Chad Michaels.
I guess I can't remember which of the other two musicians. They just were not available, and they
Didn't
went
want to
with
do it.
Adam Brody.
Slash.
Oh my God. And then you have J.K. Simmons, badass in this movie. He's pretty good. He was in Juno, Spider-Man, La La Land. You know, everybody knows him. He's pretty good.
Everybody knows.
Who else do we have?
Johnny Simmons, who plays Chip. He was in The Late Bloomer. Again, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, Even Almighty, Whiplash, 21 Jump Street, and then Viana's favorite movie,
Scott Pilgrim!
Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And then we also have Chris Pratt as Officer Roman.
Oh, yeah. He got his... was this his first film?
I don't know that it was his first film, but he got a tiny little role.
Yeah, he carved a little role out.
Yeah.
Jennifer admits he went into the back door on her in the movie. Just a little tidbit there, guys.
My ears!
But right after this, or during, this would have been the same time, 2009, Parks and Recreation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Parks and Rec, which I love them in. Who else did we have? Amy Sedaris. She was good. Didn't have much of it. Oh, dude, a cameo at the end. Lance Henriksen. So he plays the robot and alien. And picks her up and like, where are you going? And then it's the rock concert. I'm the band. Must
very
be
cool.
And that's Lance Henriksen, which we're going to cover one of his movies coming up, Man's Best Friend.
Oh, yeah. We have that on our schedule.
I'm excited. I love that movie. It's Beethoven, but evil.
Buddy. I'm excited. I don't even know. I've never seen it.
Ooh. And then also Kyle Gallner, which he is now, he plays the goth in this or whatever, but the emo guy. But now, man, he's in all horror. He's in The Cleansing Hour. He was in the updated Nightmare on Elm Street. He's just been in a bunch of shit.
See, they had a good cast.
Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it. Do you want to talk about the director?
Sure. So for the director we have, it was Karen Kusama, who American filmmaker. And so she went to school for all of this, yada, yada, yada. She wrote a...
Whoa. Yada, yada, yada. Come on, man. Talk about it.
You want me to go through all of her schooling?
Well, no, but like, let's talk about it. Don't just glaze over if
No,
it's
I know.
good
She
shit.
loved film. No, I'm getting to it. So she loved film, went to school for all of this. And then at 31, she wrote her first film, which was Girl Fight. Which inspired her to get into boxing in real life. And then apparently this film took some years to actually get through and get made because she insisted that she wanted the main character to be a Latina rather than letting them choose.
She clearly lost that battle.
A well-known white actress. No, she didn't. She won. And then
in Jennifer's Body.
No. Girl Fight.
Oh, okay.
Her first film.
I gotcha.
And then the film was finally made in 2000, which actually won a director's prize, as well as a grand jury prize at the Sundance Film. And it launched the career for Michelle Rodriguez, who you know as Letty on the Fast and the Furious franchise, Resident Evil franchise, Avatar, Dungeons and Dragons, and she's been like on everything after that. So I
like Michelle Rodriguez.
Really happy to see that because she helped, someone that was kind of trying to start.
So she hasn't done too many movies though. She's got Jennifer's Body, Eon Flux, Destroyer, XX, and The Invitation.
And she's done a couple shows too. One of them I really like, Yellow Jackets.
Oh, she does that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit!
Okay, that, so.
I've never seen it, but you talk about it all the time.
I love it. It's really good. It's like Lord of the Flies.
It's got my girl Christina Ricci,
but with a bunch of teenage girls.
Hey, hold up, Christina Ricci. Have you seen the movie Casper, Viana?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just asking.
Yeah, when you were younger.
Okay, I was like, wait.
There's some kids now, because I go to high schools for my job, and we'll talk about horror stuff. There's some kids have never seen Casper. What? That was huge back in the day.
Actually, did you know that one of Christina Ricci's godparents was Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Come on, man.
Yeah, it also has Tawny Cypress, Juliette Lewis, and Yellow Jackets. Richard, you need to just give it a minute and watch it.
I will.
Okay. She also made The Consultant, The Outsider, which is on Well, now
I've
Max.
seen that. Yeah, I've seen it.
And
That's
then
good.
The Man in the High Castle.
Okay. Now the big one. Do you guys want to talk about Diablo Cody? What's your findings? Vienna, start us off.
Yes. So, Diablo Cody,
She was. Where are you going?
do you want to go? You can go. Because I'm like, I don't know.
Okay, go ahead, Angels.
She was born Brooke Murray, or also called Busey.
Busey.
Busey. American writer, producer from Illinois. And she went to school for writing. She received, and then you know this big name. She's the one who ended up writing Juno.
Didn't you say she was like a bartender or like a stripper or something?
Mm-hmm.
So she.
Yeah, well, let's hear about that. I'm interested in that.
background.
Yeah, let's hear the background here.
So she began back from 2001, 2004.
Uh-huh.
She started writing a parody blog called The Red Secretary, which was a fictional story about a secretary, which was thinly based on events that happened to Cody in real life. And
Okay.
then in 2003, she started an adult blog called The Pussy Ranch.
Whoa. That's extreme.
Explicit language. Listener beware. And then there was some song by Arcadia called El Diablo, which was where she grabbed that name as her pen name.
Diablo.
Hence Diablo Cody. And then through her career and experimentation, signed up for an amateur night on a strip club. Eventually ended up quitting her daytime job and became a full-time stripper. She worked at peep shows, which I had to
Do you know
Google.
any of the strip clubs she worked at?
Yeah, I have a name.
Let's hear it.
She worked peep shows, which I had to look up to see what they were because I hadn't never heard of
man.
them before. At a place called Sex World, which was an adult store.
Okay.
And then while she was stripping, she began writing and caught the eye of Entertainment Weekly and started writing
Caught
for
the
them.
eye. Okay.
Yeah. And then from her career as a stripper,
Good
she
for her,
wrote
man. That's awesome.
She wrote a memoir called Candy Girl, which a year in the life of an unlikely stripper.
Yeah.
And her blog became super popular, got her a contract for writing a book about it, which there's books of this. And then after the book was written, she was encouraged to write a screenplay, and then Juno was born.
Mm.
And then she's quoted on saying that one of her influences for writing the screenplay for Jennifer's Body was 1980s horror genre, The Lost Boys. And she wanted to honor that because she had never seen this done before. You know, it's always guys being in horror films, so she wanted to have a girl.
So that's pretty awesome. Do you have any more information on her?
Yeah, I have a little bit on some of the work that she's done, that she wrote.
Okay.
So apparently she wrote the screenplay for Jennifer's Body before she wrote Juno. But Juno was made first.
Really?
Yeah.
The studio liked Juno more.
Yeah, so Juno got made first, which became a huge, like, what would you say, indie, culty movie.
It took off, dude. That movie was huge.
And then she also went on to write Tully, which has Charlize Theron, Mackenzie Davis.
Okay. What other movies?
She also wrote Young Adult.
Okay.
Let's see what else she
And
wrote.
Lisa Frankenstein.
Lisa?
Okay. So, guys.
Oh, God.
This one, Viana and Angelus, but more so Viana, was so against Lisa Frankenstein. I don't know why, but I was like, no, now finally, because I wanted to see it in the theater, I'll admit it. And both didn't want to do it. And they're like, no, it's going to be crappy. And then what do? We sit down and they watch it all the way through, quiet.
I have a reason.
Quiet.
For it. It's okay. So some of the trailers I saw, they made it like cheesy, like that cheesy, like lovey, like 80s like movie. I don't know. I just wasn't really into
I
that.
think it was nostalgic. I liked it though. I thought it was creative. You liked it too.
It was good. In the end, I will admit, it was really good.
In the end, I really liked it.
It was funny.
I tried so hard.
No,
Just
I'm kidding.
trying not to smile. And at the end,
no.
you came over and you were like, I got a secret to tell you. I actually like that movie.
She has a hard time admitting this, guys. It's fucking funny.
I was like, Richard, 1 point.
Uh-huh. Other than that, do you guys want to take a quick break?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
All right. Novia, we're back. Again, guys, I want to apologize. I am not 100% today. The allergies have completely taken me over. I am positive, though, that I'm not positive for COVID. So that's a good thing, right? It's just the pollen in the air. I've been going on runs and, well, gosh darn it, the little pollen bugs have got me. Gee Wally, the pollen bugs have gotten me. So again, if I'm a little flat this episode, guys, I apologize. I'm trying to get through, but we have an amazing guest in Viana carrying the load of this episode. So it's all on you, kid.
The tree sperm got up his nostrils.
Your face.
It's what it is. That's what pollen is, bro. It's plant sperm. Yeah, because, like, basically, it has to go pollinate the other flowers, and that's so the wind can carry it.
Bro,
How do you feel
Don't
about
use
having
those.
plant sperm?
It's
Don't use that.
up your nose.
You know what? That's what my
Viana, don't use
biology
that.
teacher used, so
don't use those words around me. That's weird.
it's correct. My biology teacher said that.
Oh,
Okay, so
okay. Dude, it's just crazy. And I feel like I just need to, like, take a ton of fentanyl and just, guys, this is it, guys. I'm down and out. I'm dying.
no, I learned about fentanyl. It's
Me
not good for you,
too.
bro.
Yeah. I'm just going to do it. And then just fentanyl.
No.
Abyss. Camp Hope.
I'll give you some of that.
Spokane. That was our homeless encampment, was Camp Hope.
Oh God.
So hilarious. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. But
Didn't a gas tank blow up or
dude,
something?
I'm sorry. Today I had two homeless mother effers in my backyard. I have a privacy fence. There's no way to get in there. They're trying to peel open my garage and get in there. Can you believe that shit?
It's fucking wild.
I almost had to fight this dude.
What'd they say to you?
It was like of Mice and Men, like Lenny, and then the big,
Oh
like
my
a big
God.
guy and a small guy. And the big guy was like doofy, and he was walking away because I was like, hey, motherfucker, he scared me as I was walking out of my garage into my yard. And then the dude that was your height, about 4 foot, like, dude, he was all acting like he was a badass. And man, I'm a pretty big dude, right? So I was going to smash this guy so hard.
What do you say to you?
He was just fucking mouthing off, dude. Like, he's like, get a life. I was like, you're in my life right now. You're inconveniencing my life. And if you don't get moving, I'm going to drop a fucking massive rock on your head. But anyways, I digress.
Did you help him
Very
jump over
frustrating.
the fence again? Since he was only 4 feet.
No, fucking Lenny could have fucking picked him up. I wasn't helping. Dude, if I see that guy again, I told him, if I see you again, dude, it's about to go. We're going to brawl. But anyways, I digress. They're people too. Feelings, yada, yada, yada.
They're gonna joust.
Yes. Duel. But anyways, do we want to get into the plot?
I have one last fact.
About what? Homeless?
No.
Unhoused.
Oh my God.
Diablo Cody. Oh,
Whoa, champ.
that wasn't me. That was everyone laughing all at once. Diablo Cody.
Okay, what's the fact?
So it's about a little bit about the soundtrack.
A little bit.
So you know how it plays like Violet at the end by Hole?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in Juno, she played doll parts, and so there's a little bit of connection, and it's like, oh, she likes Hole. So yeah, that's
Is
it.
that what made you like Hole?
No.
Do you
My
like Hole?
friend, yeah, my friend introduced me to them.
I thought we don't like Courtney Love.
No.
What? I mean, she's a little weird, but
A little weird. She actually hated the name Jennifer's Body because she was like, they named it after my song. And she got all dramatic about
after
it.
what? You
After her
mumbled.
song.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so the plot, I've got a pretty good plot. Can I read mine?
Yeah.
Okay, Jennifer's Body is a horror comedy film about a high school cheerleader named Jennifer Check who becomes possessed by a demon after a traumatic event. Her best friend, Needy, notices Jennifer's strange behavior and the mysterious deaths of their male classmates. The film explores the dark and the humorous journey of these two friends as they navigate the supernatural forces at play in their small town of Devil's Kettle.
Bom, bom, bom.
Pretty good, right?
Pretty good.
Okay, so
Like it?
she's not amused. They're not amused. So let's hear your plot.
Me?
Yeah, let's.
I don't have a plot.
You don't have a
Huh?
plot?
Okay.
Yeah.
They don't scoff at mine.
I didn't scoff. I said,
I take time writing these plots out, guys.
You know what? You know what? It's my last few weeks of school. I'm trying to push out homework, and you're pushing me, bro.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
you pushed me to do this episode.
No, I didn't. You said, yeah, let's do it. And I'm
Oh
like,
my.
really?
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah.
Angelus, continue.
Continue. Do you want to hear my plot?
Yes, I do.
I got pretty creative too.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I kind of copyrighted.
Mother.
I'm kidding. It's kind of similar to yours. When a demon takes possession of a high schooler, Jennifer turns a hungry eye on guys who never stood a chance with her before. While evil Jennifer satisfies her appetite for human flesh with the school's male population, her nerdy friend, Needy, learns what's happening and vows to put an end to the carnage.
I like it. It's pretty good.
Him?
Yeah. Pretty good plot. I like it.
Very deep, apparently.
Yeah. So we start the scenes. The opening scene is the film opens up with Needy in a mental institution narrating her story, right?
Yeah, so we start off with, like you said, Needy, kind of taking you back as to why she's in this mental institution, where she's being held, obviously, involuntarily. And apparently she's known by other inmates for her truculence, violence, and being called a kicker, which she brags about. She says it's on her chart.
Yeah.
So to start us off, So
a little tidbit, when she's narrating, the framing on this does a really good job of setting the tone of the film, showing Needy's transformation from a meek high school student to a hardened fucking vet, dude. Or survivor.
Survivor. So, movie starts.
Uh-huh.
It rolls.
And she's a hoarder, or she doesn't clearly care about cleanliness because there's garbage all over the floor. Mail. So apparently people have just been writing her like crazy.
Oh yeah, she says that she's pretty popular. Some people consider her a hero for what she did. She has fan mail that comes in from all over. She gets letters from people that tell her that they're praying for her.
Dude, I feel like this is like Richard Ramirez, Jeffrey Dahmer, Ted Bundy. They all got their fucking groupies, man. So there's just like fucking dudes writing them like, oh, you're so hot, I love you. You're psycho, you killed your best friend.
You're killed, yeah, but yeah.
That's the vibe I get.
So she has fans, and then she also, she just makes a reference saying that she also says the words, making a reference that she prays, but nothing happens.
Prays for what?
For herself.
Oh.
So that she can get better and out of the mental institute.
But she doesn't she give a rundown of like, I think they feed us, like, or wear us out. They're like activity driven. Just to wear us out. Is that in this scene?
Yeah, she says that.
And then she kicks I'm a kicker. And then she's like, shut up, bitch. And kicks the nurse in the face and knocks her tooth out, right?
Oh, the nurse?
Yeah, trying to give her medication. She's like, don't tell me what to do, biatch.
Yeah, but
Cheeto chop.
She's doing all of this while wearing some super cute little bunny slippers. So showing a little bit of like her sweet, innocent, or I guess side prior to her becoming a little cuckoo. And then, she says that they have him on what they call mental Olympics. Yeah, and she gets pretty aggressive right away. She kicks that doctor right on the chest.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious.
Starts freaking throwing and swinging everywhere, punching.
We find out there's a reason, though. She wants to be put in that solitary confinement.
Yes.
Which it pans out, like, because now, when it gets to that point, she starts telling her story. It's flashing back to high school. I think at this point, we're seeing Megan Fox. as a cheerleader, waving the flag,
Front
smiling.
and center.
Yeah. And then, so it's Devil's Kettle. And then it's kind of that weird best friend, lesbian, kind of like, oh, I love you kind of look. As they're giving each other bedroom eyes. I feel like.
Yeah, Needy's
It's a little
definitely
weird.
sitting. Yeah, they open up. There, it seems like it's a school, like a
Yeah.
conference kind of thing. Not a conference, but a, what do they call them,
A
Viana?
private
A
school?
con
Yeah.
or
Oh, yeah.
assembly.
An
Assembly.
assembly.
Hey, I got a question. Did you ever have friends like that where you were super close with them, where it was like weird?
Oh my god.
Did you
Their parents and all of them. What?
have close friendships like their friendship in the movie?
Oh yeah, that's like all my friendships.
Is it though?
Yeah.
I've never met any
like
of your
all
friends.
of my good friends. Yeah. 'Cause- yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
with okay, we'll get into it.
Okay. Like we do everything together or what?
Yeah, like Needy. Clearly, they're like
There's like a weird sexual tension. They give hints of
they give that
sexual
off.
tension.
Yeah, and I'm not saying you have that with your friends, but do you ever have that weird connection where like that one person you guys are so tight, people are like, "What the fuck's going on with those
Let's
two?"
do everything together.
Mine is my best friend Dennis. We are always like tight, but we never got like, no, these guys are weird. But
Yeah,
like, dude, they do
bedrooms.
everything together. Like we were to the point where we just knew everything about each other. You know what I mean? Like growing up, do you ever have a best friend like that?
I did. I had a couple best friends like that.
Nice. Who were they?
Nice. And no names. The unnamed.
Whoa, unnamed.
I don't talk to them.
I bear it all.
You bear it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was dramatic. So.
Okay. So they're in this thing, and then they do make a comment that girl I absolutely hate because she comes later in the. God, she's like, what is going on with you two?
Yeah, she's like, you're totally lesbian gay.
Yeah,
She's
it's weird. I hate
annoying.
that girl.
Yeah.
And then what happens next?
They're in the hallway and Jennifer comes up to Needy and she's like, hey, we're going to Melody Lane to see Low Shoulder.
The worst band ever.
I'm like, they worship Satan? Like, this is who works for the devil.
You know how hard it is to be an indie rock band right
Maybe
now?
make your music better.
Oh,
No, I'm just
dude, maybe
kidding.
not make it ever. Dude.
Yeah, pretty much. It seems like Jennifer is like the. Oh, what do you call it? She's the pushy. She says what she says goes essentially because she comes up to
Well,
Needy.
she's the alpha dog.
And she's like, we're going to this band. And she's like, oh, I have plans with Chip. And she's like, no, bitch, we are going to this band.
Yeah, like a total beta. She's like, okay.
She's like, cross out Needy.
Yeah.
And then,
Okay, guys, I gotta mention this. Dude, what Megan Fox, how she talks in this, I absolutely hate. No teenager in 2009 talked like this. So using check out Needy or fucking X out, whatever bullshit, or ooh, that guy's salty. Like,
I did.
that no, you
No, just
didn't,
kidding.
dude.
No.
And I lived 2009. I was a year removed from high school. We did not talk like this, and I don't know any girl that did. And if they did, we'd ridicule her relentlessly because it's fucking dumb. Angelus, you know people that talk like that? Because I know for a fact you wouldn't have talked like that.
no, I think maybe they were going with a little bit of the stereotype of like those girly movies, like kind of how Mean Girls does, where they have their own language.
Yeah.
So they have their own language too.
But Needy doesn't. She doesn't talk like that. It's only Megan Fox.
Because Needy's not the popular hot coming up with like words to you.
I guess that was my only, if I had to complain about something, that would be my thing. It was just every time she talked in like
Code.
Yeah, code. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is she talking about? I just wanted to like slap her. Like, makes sense.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to be funny too. Some of those words that they used and stuff, they were trying to make it funny. When
They
she
tried
called
hard.
him Vagisil.
Yeah. Like, there was a couple things that were hilarious. I'm like, okay, that was clever. But, dude, throughout the whole movie, it got exhausting. I'm just like, ugh, Megan Fox, just don't talk, please.
Oh my
Like, use words. Use real sentences. Form real sentences, man.
But Jennifer's excited. Apparently, she's a big fan of the band. I mean, she says that the lead singer is extra salty.
Found him on MySpace.
Oh, fucking MySpace. Do you still have a MySpace?
I stopped using it. I think they just deactivated it after long, or
Dude,
Is
if
it-
anybody can find it, it might have been deactivated, but I have a band back in the day, Saturday's Gone. I lost our album, but it's on MySpace. I know that for a fact. So Saturday's Gone. If you can find it, I want a copy of that back. It's not the greatest thing in the world. We were pop punk at the time. Granted, you guys got this was 2006 when we made it.
Mhm.
So bear in mind, I was a child. So before you criticize me, if you find it, I was a child. But if you do and send it my way, I'd appreciate it because I can't find it. And if you can find it, that'd be amazing.
you were like, what, 16?
15 or 16,
15
yeah.
or 16?
Our first album, dude. We fucking even opened up for Alien Ant Farm a couple times. That was fun. I'm an affiliate of, I forgot their name, but they opened up for Blink-182 a few times. I forgot the band's name, but we opened up for them. Yeah.
Nice.
So we were doing pretty good things. Yeah, shout out, dude. We should have been on Fuse TV, man. We were on the verge. We just couldn't get our shit together.
Well, I imagine it would be hard with school and being 16 at the time.
And girls, pot, it all kind of plays a part.
Pot, Richard.
I know. I don't condone it now. But,
Dang.
but you know what? That's the life of a teenage rock star.
Or
What's
a
up?
rebel. Yeah.
Anyways.
So essentially, Jennifer sets her foot down and she's like, I'm picking you up at 8, bitch. Like, this is happening.
Yeah. And he's like, okay.
Yeah. She's like, fine. And then next thing you know, we're at Needy's house.
And she says, okay, she said to look good, but I can't look too good. I can't outclass her and I can't expose my
Her
Her
boobies.
cleavage.
yeah,
she's
her
like-
chest because that's Jennifer's thing, but I can
trademark.
show a little bit of midsection.
Yeah.
And Chip is just chilling in her bed,
Yeah.
watching her go through all of
Yeah.
these outfit changes.
He even calls it out though. He's like, dude, why are
Yeah.
you letting Jennifer control you? Like,
He's like, I can see your front butt. I can see your womb.
what's that mean? Front, like fupa? I can
Yeah,
see
like
your
almost
fupa?
your
Her front
Your
butt,
cooch.
her cooch, her lady bits.
Oh. And then she's like, yeah, the singer's extra salty. And he's like, what? What's the fuck? Like
Yeah.
me? What the hell is salty?
Yeah, and she's like, Jennifer says they mean is he's hot.
yeah. And he's like, well then you must be soy sauce, babe.
Yeah. Oh my God. Super cheesy. But you know what? I like Chip. He's a good kid. He's got a good head on those
And then-
shoulders.
And then she's like, Jennifer goes for a singer. She would never date a drummer. And then Chip is in drumline. He's like, thanks.
And then she makes a comment like, oh, singer drummers, whatever. He's like,
Yeah.
like Phil Collins?
And she's like, who's Phil Collins?
And he's just let down. He's like, fuck. Never mind.
Soul is crushed
Shout
a little
out
bit.
Genesis. I mean, Phil Collins. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
But you
Studio.
That reminds me of American Psycho.
Hey, I like Phil Collins.
oh,
Do 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 do. I can feel it. No? Come on, man. I'm feeling it. Let Richard have his fucking time, okay?
are you feeling good right now?
Oh, yeah, man.
Your medication kicked in?
Yeah, I'm buzzing right now. Zzz. I'm hearing electricity right now, guys.
You were hearing a TikTok or ticking earlier when we started.
Oh my God, my shower. Fuck that shit, dude. I was about to dismantle my whole
He
bathroom.
was like tweaking. He was like, what is that?
Yeah, and you guys are like not helping the fact. Oh no, bro.
I couldn't hear it.
I suggested it go and I went and checked the bathroom.
Old
Fixed
man
it.
Henry, bro.
So what's weird is they're about to have like a makeout sesh and then like over the pants stuff as high schoolers. But then she's like, Needy's
Feel
here.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jennifer's here.
Yeah,
We can't
Jennifer's
do
here. And he's
anything.
like, that is fucking weird.
Yeah.
It is weird, like that she senses her in her house.
So this plays a part though into like, I have a theory on this
Let's
for
hear
the
it.
movie. So they're like connected, right?
Mhm.
So she has visions with Jennifer. I think that's why she got bit and then like at the end she had those powers. I think they had a special like connection. And then when they broke off and I'm getting ahead of myself on this, the BFF chain at the end, and she
Broke the
fell
connection.
and she landed. Yeah, it broke the connection. And then all of a sudden all the power went away out of Jennifer. And then fucking Needy had all the power. So I think there was a little bit of a transference there a little bit.
Okay.
She had it initially, but then had it all when she broke Jennifer's heart.
Okay. That makes sense.
And I'll get into it a little bit more, but continue. They go downstairs, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, who's got a 2003? What is
Chrysler?
Was it a Chrysler?
Maybe.
Or
Until 11 p.m.
a Kia Sorento or some bullshit." And then
They start like pushing each other, like playing around.
and then this is a weird part too. Jennifer gets aggressive, and it's like a boom. Like a fucking football player.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, whoa, it almost woke me up. I'm like, whoa, dog. All right, pull me in, coach. Like, it was one of those moments. But that was kind of weird, right? I think they did the purpose.
Yeah, because Needy kind of like was like taken aback, and she's like, well.
Because they were playing around, all of a sudden it was like, boom.
Yeah.
And then even Chip was like, whoa, dog. Get off my Novia.
I think maybe Jennifer was just trying, again with her little aggression, possession, alpha, putting her in her place. I have the last shot, bitch. Boom.
Dang.
Do you
I got a question. Out of Angelus and me, who's the alpha?
Richard.
My mom.
I was going to say Angelus.
I feel like
Not.
it depends on the time and the moment, I think.
Yeah. I have my moments.
Yeah.
When I don't, I'm like, I'm at my wit's end going somewhere. I'm like, I do not want to go.
like when you threaten to beat her. I'm just kidding.
Hey, he sells.
I was thinking about that earlier.
He sells on our way to Target, and she changed the station.
No, she turned it down, and you were like, I've never had
the urge to fucking beat your ass. No, I've never had the urge to hit you.
Yeah.
And
no,
we
it was
were
like
totally,
I've never had the urge to hit anyone.
Yeah, we were totally feeling it, dude. I was in the middle of my air guitar sesh.
She was doing
and
his
Viana
kick
was
drum.
drumming hard, and we were just fucking rocking out. And then all of a sudden, she turns that shit down, dude. Killed the fucking vibe.
It was on purpose.
I couldn't enjoy it after that.
I wanted to see what was going to happen. I wanted a second of peace and quiet. You guys were drumming a little too hard. I was never expecting that answer, but it fucking made me laugh so hard. My stomach hurt.
Because you were scared.
No, I was not.
No.
I know, Richard. Yeah. But just the way that you just got so serious and you turned half of your body and you're just like, I've never had the urge. I was like, oh,
hit
shit.
You before.
Guys, Richard.
Because I gave it a couple seconds. I gave it to where we parked, and then I just like sat there and breathed. I was like, and you're like, what?
Guys, Richard's nice. He'd never beat my mom. Don't worry.
Just don't turn down when I'm fucking rocking out, dog.
I'll turn it down every time I want, man.
Hey, on our way to Metallica this summer, we're jamming fucking all albums all the way there.
My mom's gonna like shoot herself, dude.
All albums except the one they did with Lou Reed. I am the table. That's one of the lyrics. Look it up. I'm sorry. I love Metallica, but that's an album for them, not for me.
You said there were no bad albums.
But that one was more, that one's for them. But anyways.
There was like their therapist who was trying to be in the band.
Yeah. Well, that's a different topic. So let's get back to Jennifer's.
Okay.
Cuerpo.
Yeah.
Do one of you want to say the comment that Jennifer made towards Chip? She's like, were you guys effing? It smells like Thai food in here.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Why? No.
Why does it get all awkward and quiet? What?
I was just confused why. I don't know. I didn't.
Dude, it smells like BO, dude.
It smells like something, but she's like Thai food.
Yeah, like they didn't crack the window, man. You got to let the stank out, you know?
Ew.
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 Anyways, so now they're on their way. They go to the bar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Melody Lane.
Melody Lane. This is where we get our first scene with Chris Pratt.
And you get a little cameo.
This is pre Chubby Pratt.
Oh
He got
my
a-
god.
Hey, nothing wrong with it. He just got a little chubby, and then he went to Guardians of the Galaxy. He married Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter. He got buff. He got ripped. But this was pre that, and he looked pretty good.
Yeah. So the little fun little thing at the bar. I don't know. Did you catch Cody?
Oh yeah, as the
Diablo
bartender.
in the back
Bartender, yeah.
playing the bartender. She did a couple takes.
Yeah.
But you can tell it sounds like this town is a small town. Everybody's just like freaking gawking over Jennifer, and everybody thinks she's so hot. Like she walks in and gets all of the guys' eyes on her.
I think she's a little easy too, because I kind of got the vibe, like, and nothing wrong with it, but I kind of got the vibe she's been with a little bit of everybody. With the comments she does make, she's like, a virgin? What? I'm not even close. I'm not even a backdoor virgin. Like, I just get the vibe she's been around. Which isn't bad. I'm not judging that in any single way, but I just feel like everybody at that place knows her.
She's been ran through, is that what you're saying?
I wouldn't say ran through. I'm not saying the whole, 97 Denver Broncos ran through this girl.
She's exploring her sexuality.
Yes, exactly.
Good for her.
Yeah, good for her. Hopefully she's 18.
Hopefully she's yeah. She's trying to be the cool girl, pulls out a cigarette, and then Chris Pratt comes over, who plays Roman, and he takes the cigarette from her, and then immediately she starts flirting, and she's like, "What are you gonna do, cuff me?" And then she does something pretty aggressive and just grabs him by the junk.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Again, alpha.
Yeah, man, she takes what she wants.
Yeah. And she's pretty excited about this band. She's looking at them and she's like, "Oh, you can tell they're from the city." And Roman is like, "Oh,
the name Low Shoulder. It's
they
terrible.
have eyeliner." And she's like, "Yeah, nothing compared to this, small time gummer." And she's just really
Gomer, yeah.
She's super excited. And then Needy's feeling a little uncomfortable about the whole situation. Jennifer, I feel like this is her vibe. She's really excited.
I feel like, okay, so I kind of know where Needy is in this situation. I've been in this situation. As you know, Angelus, I'm very, I can be sociable. I'm a sociable person when I want to be, but I also can be socially awkward. I know how she feels in this situation. It's like, I'm not vibing well with this. Have you been in this situation?
I have.
Where you're dragged to it? I'm like, dude, now I'm old enough where I'm like, fuck that. I'm not doing that shit. I kind of did that when I was younger too, but I would have that wouldn't have been my spot. That trash.
That bar?
Yeah. That trashy ass bar.
How did they get in? I don't know. Maybe it's
it wasn't a bar.
Bars.
So it wasn't a bar completely. It was like a mixture.
That's why there were like X's on their hands.
Their hands.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that might be after hours. So before you hit the 10 o'clock, people can be there. You know what I mean? Minors can be there.
Comes around 11 and they kick you out.
Yeah. But so now, they talk to Roman and he's like, yeah, I'm going to be a cop, blah, 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 blah. What happens next? Do they make eye contact with Brody, the singer?
Nikolai. Yeah, so Jennifer goes up to him and she's like, "Hi, I'm Jennifer Check and this is my friend." And she's like,
playing all innocent.
Yeah, and she's like, "They have this, do you want me to buy you a drink?" She's like, "They have this 9/11
mixed drink."
Yeah, mixed drink. And she's like, "But you gotta drink it fast or else it turns brown."
Never forget.
Yeah, and he's like, "Okay." And so she goes and gets as she's going to get the drinks, Needy, she's playing the pinball games or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "What about her? She's probably a virgin." He's like, I grew up in small towns like this. Those girls just show it off, but they don't do anything.
So Nikolai, this guy, he's talking about it. He's like, I grew up in towns like Devil's Lake and it's Devil's Kettle. He's just being an fucking arrogant asshole.
Yeah.
And he does. And Needy's playing pinball and she overhears that. She's like, what the fuck, this piece of shit? And then goes and confronts him and they're like, dude, she's perfect. We don't know what they're planning at this specific moment, but obviously we know that she's going to be sacrificed, right? But so Needy confronts them, and they're like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then she goes and talks to Jennifer, and Jennifer's like, oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's cool.
Do you want me?
It's so stupid. Like, I don't know. If my friend was telling me that, I'd be like, oh, fuck these pieces of shit.
Yeah, I feel for me, I would have been a turn off too if they were talking about you like strictly. Like, clearly she's interested in them in a sexual way, but just hearing so many of them talking about her like that.
So in this thing, the scene, I kind of feel like she's under a trance too. Like, did they do something leading up to this? Because I feel like when the fire starts, she's just in a trance, just looking at them. And then even when they transition outside, she's still kind of stunned and isn't herself and goes, and we'll get into it, but goes with them. But I feel like she's like not herself in those situations. Where Needy's fully like, she's herself. She's like, what the fuck? What's going on? Shit just happened. Jennifer is totally checked out.
I noticed that too. I actually made a note to myself about that.
Yeah. So anyways, before we get to that though, they don't even take the shots. And then Left Shoulder gets on the stage. And then some sort of electrical happened. I assume the band did this on purpose. Caught the place on fire. Nobody noticed, which is fucking insane to me.
So I think everybody that was there for the band, there was something happening. Either they hypnotized them, they were in a trance, like something was happening, because you can clearly see the fire starts on the stage behind them,
and nobody
Anybody
cares.
would have seen it traveling up through the building, smell it, like big pieces of the wood start falling, and they're just kind of standing there
singing along to this awful fucking song.
And yeah, Needy's the only one who was staring at the fire as it's happening. And she's like, what the fuck?
Well, and then people do see it. Like the bartender sees it. He's like, oh shit. And then other people see it, but then it's too late. And then this fire just gets so out of control so fast, it collapses the roof. People are screaming and dying. My thing is, how do you guys feel about that song? They play throughout the whole song. I think they do it on purpose. It is awful.
What was it called, Viana?
Through the Trees. I think it gets annoying. But
at the end, Viana's going to sing the song.
No. But my theory is, so you know how they like, I'm kind of jumping ahead, but like they worship the devil or whatever. So I think like they probably got powers maybe from that connection. And so, yeah, they can like, I noticed that with Jennifer too. They were like kind of put her in a trance and to like, so they could actually like get the virgin to like go in their car and so they can sacrifice her.
That makes sense if they're already doing.
Yeah, but now some of the shit though, like, and it, as the scenes progress, he's like, I don't know, I just Googled this, like the sacrifice. So like they half-assed it, so it's hard to believe some of it. I don't think it all, like, I don't believe this band had the forethought that much of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't get that vibe from them because they make comments like that, stupid ass comments
where they don't really know what they're doing.
Yeah. In the band, there's at least one guy who has mixed feelings, the bass player. Yeah. Where he's like, oh, should we do this shit? And he ends up, he's like, do you want to fucking do you want to work at whatever, the coffee place your whole life or make it big? He's like, okay, make it big. Oh. Yeah, what was it? Do you want to live like the guy from Maroon 5?
No, he wants to be like the guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, Maroon 5.
So no, but back at, fire's going down. Again, Needy's the only one who's one of the few people that are making an effort to get out of there. So she grabs Jennifer and she's like, dude, like, we need to get out of here. This thing is burning down. And then guides her to the bathroom was the only escape that she could find. Yeah. She opens the bathroom window and starts crawling.
Needy knew. She acted quick. She was like, fuck, I know what to do. And she did it. Good for her, man. Smart kid.
Yeah. Yeah. She gets out, drags Jennifer out of there. And even outside of the bar, you can see Jennifer still like really out of it. She's just kind of, I don't know if it's shock or if she's still in this weird like freaking trance over the band.
She is.
But she's not really reacting. And then out of nowhere, Nikolai comes by again. He has a drink in his hand like nothing's happening as the bar is burning down.
He's like, I got an idea. Why don't we all just meet in my van.
He's like, I've been looking everywhere for you guys. Yeah.
Man, I got a newsflash, Viana. If someone ever invites you, never, especially in a band, if a band invites you to go in their van, do not go in their goddamn van, dude. Yeah. And especially if your friend's like, hey, don't do it. Don't fucking do it, dude.
What if it's my band?
Oh, what's your band's name? Tangerine?
Yeah.
It's already taken, but keep trying.
You can call it the Tangerine.
It's already taken. I'm thinking about Tangerine Chaos.
We're indie rock, just so you know that. So we're not naming it Tangerine Chaos because that sounds like a weird, interesting punk name.
I think it'd be Tangerine Dream.
Maybe I don't
know.
Tangerine Train.
Mm-hmm.
You better start. We haven't had guitar lessons in a while.
Yeah. Guys, I'm a lazy guitar player. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, I'm here. I'm trying to teach her, and she just does not want to show up.
I've been practicing. And I've been trying to practice my skateboarding.
Okay.
I practiced yesterday, bro.
Did you fall?
Almost.
Almost.
Have you been wearing the knee pads? No,
dude. I need to buy a skateboard. That was so fun. Getting back to my roots.
I getting better at like actually getting on and then adjusting my feet.
Do you get your foot at the right spot?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I tried showing you, you're like, no, dude.
No, because I ate the ground when you told me to do it a certain way.
The right way?
Yeah, the right way.
Okay. So we're at the point where Needy's like, what the fuck? So she goes home. Jennifer goes with them. And you see the last like image of Jennifer just sitting there staring at Needy, and the door shuts.
Mm-hmm.
Even here, I don't know. I think like they were both Needy didn't know what to freaking do.
She's a teenager. She's a kid.
She's really excited. Like she's like still out of it. And then the Nikolai's like, let's get in my van. And she's like, yeah, Needy. Let's get in his really cool van. But when the door starts closing, you can see she has this look on her face again. Like she's just like, what the fuck is happening?
She's in a trance, dude. It's weird.
If you guys were Needy, would you chase after Jennifer?
No, I'd let her go.
Oh,
hey, man, I tried my best. I tried my best to have him stay back. And if she didn't take my advice, fuck it, dude. I'm going home. It's unfortunate, but hey, man, she can make her own choices.
What do you think, Mom?
I wouldn't. I've been in this situation before. I'm sorry. I've had friends like this before where
that got murdered.
They didn't get murdered, but they routinely were known for putting themselves in unsafe situations when we were out drinking. And at times people would make it a plan, like, don't take off with random people, stick with the group. And we would try really hard. Like every time they were like, oh, hey, like I found this new cool strangers that now they're my best friends and they're not gonna leave.
Oh my god.
And maybe we're like, no, like we came together, we're trying to keep you safe, we know that you tend to just drink and get out of control and black out.
Yeah.
And they were just so insistent, and at times you just get tired of fighting with them and being like, hey, it's not safe.
You just gotta say fuck it.
Like, you know what, you're an adult, I'm really trying here to drag you back to my car that's safe. Yeah. But if this is your choice, they're alive.
Yeah, fuck it, dude. Hey, man. Hey, you live and you learn, right?
Yeah.
So now Needy's on her way home. She gets home and she calls Chip. She's like, dude, oh my god, what are we gonna do? Jennifer's in the van. He's like, I don't care about Jennifer. And then she's like, oh, someone knocked on my door. And she goes down there. No one there, but you see kind of shadow lurking in the back. So she shuts the door. She's like, Chip, dude, I'm going to call you later, bro. Sorry for waking you up and inconveniencing you, but I'm going to let you go, dude. And then, so she hangs up. She starts to go upstairs, but then she hears something. So she looks in the closet. Nothing's in there. And then that's when Jennifer is behind her and then pushes her up against the wall and gets uncomfortable. Because she, like, starts licking her neck or something, right? And she's like, are you scared?
No. That's before she leaves. She leaves her a little bit rattled.
Yeah.
But no, she sees her. She's just standing there.
Yeah, but she gets pinned up against the wall real quick, and then they go to the kitchen.
And...
Right?
No, that's after.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, but Jennifer at first, she's just standing in her in Neely's
Oh, yeah, that's
kitchen,
right.
and she's just has this look on her face,
Covered in
she's
blood.
not herself. Yeah, she's covered in blood, and then Neely's a little concerned. She's like, "Dude, like I look for you, like you left in the van with those creeps. Like, what happened? Are you okay?" And she's just smiling, and yes, her clothes are torn, like you said, blood everywhere, and she just does not look okay.
She like creeps through to the fridge, right?
Yeah, and she grabs a rotisserie chicken, and Needy was like, "Oh, my mom bought that. Like, I don't know that we're supposed to be grabbing that." And Jennifer looks at her, and she like screeches, and then she just
Like a devil, a demon screech, dude.
yeah, and then she pukes this black puke all over her kitchen floor.
And then it's all prickly,
Yeah, it does this weird little prickly thing.
cheesy CGI. Yeah.
Actually, yeah, for that, I did when I was looking into this movie, I guess the puke scenes, this one and the one that happens later on in the movie, they use like the old fashioned like chocolate syrup for the
nice.
effect. Megan said that they put like something behind her
Yeah.
ear. She would just chew on it.
That's how they do the vomit. So she spews all over the floor. If I was Needy, I'd be so pissed off. Even though you're covered in blood, I'd be like, you fucking bitch, you're cleaning all this up. My mom's gonna be pissed. And my mom would. She'd be like, God damn it. Like, she would fucking beat my ass.
Yeah, but she's a good friend. She tries to comfort Jen. She's like, "Dude, are you okay?" And Jen is just creepily laughing. And then that's when Nitty tries to get up and leave because she's uncomfortable. She looks scared, and Jen grabs her.
Yeah. So here's where I'm thinking, like, at this point, Jennifer's no longer there. I don't think Jennifer is Jennifer after she gets back at this scene. I think it's the demon throughout with Jennifer characteristics. I don't think Jennifer's ever back. Because, you know what I mean? I get that vibe because Jennifer doesn't care. This demon doesn't give a shit about nobody, doesn't care about the fire, doesn't care about Needy, doesn't care about anything except eating males.
I don't know. I disagree a little bit. I feel like there's a few
For real?
scenes where Jen is there.
Maybe a little bit, but this is full on demon, dude.
Yeah, no, there's just a few. I feel like, I don't know. I was telling Viana earlier, I was like, I feel like there's some parts of this movie where it's just makes you feel sad for Jennifer. She's just alone. She has like not a big support group there for her. I mean, I know now she's a demon, but even before shit went down.
Dude, did you know Megan Fox performed many of her own stunts and went through rigorous schedules, making her portrayal of Jennifer's transformation more authentic?
I did not know that.
She did a Tom Cruise.
Okay. Go, Megan.
Go, Megan. Go, Megan.
It's your birthday.
So, anyways, the next day, right? They go to school.
Yeah.
They're in the class. This is my favorite character is the teacher, J.K. Simmons. The nicest fucking dude.
Yeah, there's a lot of drama going on. Everybody heard about Melody Lane burning down.
They're like, oh my God, Needy and
Jennifer
were there and they seen fucking everybody dying. Or they had to fight their way out or some bullshit.
Yeah, with a machete.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this is when you start seeing some of those little flashbacks of Needy and Jennifer when they were little kids. Of
Not
them
yet,
playing.
right? Not yet.
She has one at this scene. They were just being friends, and she's clearly concerned about Jennifer.
Yeah.
And then freaking out, here comes Jennifer, like nothing happened.
Yeah, she didn't care. She's
Looking
like,
herself.
and even Needy makes a comment like, hey, dude, our friends, people we know died yesterday. And she's like, meh.
Yeah. And then Needy shows us her fingernails because she was cleaning all the black gunk that she puked up. And then again, Jennifer's like, oh, she's like,
You need an Asian chick to buff your shit or something like that.
she makes a manicure.
And she's like, dude, oh my God. Like, totally ungrateful that Needy cleaned that up.
And she was like, I was up all night.
Yeah.
Like-
But then the teacher's like, so you heard, gosh, our students, this is a tragedy. The football player, he's crying. The linebacker, he's like, oh, my best friend, which is understandable. And Needy's just like, whatever. Just doing the total Viana ADD situation, not listening.
And then he mentions like, oh, this our Spanish teacher, Senora Evanson, died, and then like Jennifer's like, oh no way, Evanson ain't shit.
Yeah.
And, like really like uncaring and everything.
Insensitive.
Yeah.
And then and then they talk about Lil Shoulder like saving the day, and Needy's like, man, fuck that band.
And then like, sorry, just to go back a little, and then he's like, we won't let this fire like take us,
Yeah.
and she's like, guess the fire already won, or something like that.
Yeah, so they do their thing and they're talking about it. So later they leave that class, right? And then it cuts to the football player, the linebacker in the field, right?
Yes.
He's crying. He's still thinking. He's like, man, my best friend.
Yeah, and then friggin' here comes Jennifer creeping up on him.
And she's like, so-and-so said we would be so good together.
Craig was his friend. She's like, I'm so sorry for your loss.
Yeah. But Craig always talked about how we'd be like, what was the comment?
That we would make a banging couple.
Yeah, banging couple. Oh my God. That is so cringe, dude.
Yeah. And she even tells Jonah, she's like, my heart's also broken, like over the tragedy, and trying to seem a little relevant and, try to appeal to him because he was feeling sad. And then
hey, just a second, we gotta pause. My dogs are freaking out. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that, guys. My dogs are obnoxious, but hey, keeping the homeless at bay. Anyways, I'm sorry about that, Angelus. Where were you at?
Essentially, Jennifer's trying to appeal to Jonas, the football player, over him being sad over his friend's loss, and she's like, you should come with me. It's what Craig would have wanted.
Yeah,
he's
which
like, okay.
a typical teenager, he's hurting, but he's like, punani? Heck yeah. I think any normal teenager would do that. I'm sorry, it would happen. So they go out to the woods, they start making out, and then I'm sorry, this is where I would draw the line. All the like creature animals are coming out, and he's like, whoa, Jennifer. She's like, oh, cool, an audience.
Yeah, that would be super fucking weird. It's like a cartoon.
Yeah, and then she touches him, undoes his pants, and then she zips down her shirt. You see a little bit of cleavage. At this point, she says something else.
She's like, do you miss Craig? And he's like, what?
Of course.
She's like, what are you gonna do if you meet him soon? And he's like, do you mean like in
heaven?
She's like, oh no, not heaven,
in hell, or something
Oh,
like that.
fuck. They don't. I don't think they follow up on it. But he's like, you mean in heaven?
Yeah. Yeah,
and then you hear the screams as she's biting into him because they do a cool look, right? You see her like her jaws unhinged.
Yeah.
And then the teacher, he's like, let it out. Let it out, kids. And it's just a horrifying scream. And then all of a sudden, though, he does pick up after. He's like, whoa, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
And goes investigates.
Mm-hmm.
And he finds Jonas laying down.
But it flashes to something else. It flashes to Needy making a sandwich or whatever, and the radio, and Left Shoulder's playing.
Yeah, and they're interviewing Nikolai, and
she's like, yeah, Devil's Lake. He says it again. He's like, yeah, we just feel bad about Devil's Lake.
So sorry for the town.
Maybe we'll recommend, like, we'll make a song for him or some shit.
Yeah.
Or no, the proceeds. Or wait, is that later?
Later on, yeah.
But yeah, they'll do something for the town.
Yeah. And then the principal, he finds Jonas like completely torn apart.
During that scene, her mom is awake, and then she has a weird, I don't know why the mom is even a part of this, because it was unnecessary. She's like, I had a dream about you being attacked. Was she just referencing like someone got attacked? Like maybe she had a mistake. It was Jennifer being attacked?
No, she said it was her.
Well, I know, but was she mistaken? Obviously, she was mistaken. It wasn't her daughter. Because that wasn't what happened.
I don't know.
But it was just weird. It didn't fit the story otherwise. So, and she's like, yeah, I'm a good mama bear. You'll be yelling for me, which I thought maybe that would play a part later in the movie. Never did. And you never see the mom again except when she takes a picture of her for the dance.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just like, that scene was weird. But now you see the teacher go into the woods, and then he sees, what's dude's name?
Jonas.
Jonas. They see him all eaten up, guts out.
Yeah, animals are eating his guts.
Yeah.
And then here comes the paramedics. They're pulling out his body. And then it goes to the scene at the lake where Jennifer is fucking full.
Naked.
She had a nice meal and she's swimming naked on the lake.
Which is weird, but she's like feeling herself. She's like, yes, I feel good.
And you can kind of tell, like, she comes up, she's like energized, full. She's feeling herself. She cleaned up.
Yeah.
She gets dressed and she heads back home. And then next we go back to Needy's house again. And Jennifer calls Needy and...
Well, not only that, her being possessed, when she gets out of the water, you can tell she's hot because steam's coming off.
Yeah.
That's what makes me think it's not Jennifer anymore. Like, there's no Jennifer in that moment. That's all the demon living his shit out.
Just living its glorious days. I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like she's fully possessed.
Doesn't someone else make another comment later on about her being really
hot?
She
yeah.
says that she's warm, or someone says that she's warm, like just body temperature.
Well, even one of the boys is like, "Whoa, you're warm." I think, but yeah, it plays a part. I think she's fully possessed.
Although there were some parts like, not to like jumping forward, she like getting ready for like the formal, she's kind of crying.
Okay, we'll get back to that point. We're almost there, champ. Let's stay focused. I know we've been going offshoot here, but so she's getting out of the water. She gets stressed. She walks. What happens next? Is it Chip?
No, they go. So you see, Jennifer calls Needy at her house.
You guys bought the uncut version, and we seen extra because when I watched it here, I bought it to rent on Google, and I must have got the edited version because I don't see the dad freaking out, the guy off Coach.
Yeah.
The show Coach. Shout out. Greg T. Nelson. Great. But anyways, that guy, he doesn't have any parts like he says something or he like screams out in the uncut version, but he does not in this one.
Yeah.
You just see the mom go to her knees and like scream.
Be all sad about it.
But I want to go back to the scene where Needy and her mom, don't you have a quote you use all the time from that? JC or something?
No.
Didn't you say you're like, I use that all the time?
No.
Something about JC? Jesus Christ.
I've never said that.
What other
You
quote
literally
did you use?
told me that when we sat down to watch the movie. You're like, I've used that several times.
No, I
That's
didn't.
where I got it from. Dude, you did.
Maybe like once.
You're making shit up, man. That's wild.
Like once or twice. I didn't say all the time.
Well, you made it sound like all the time.
No.
I was like, oh, this should be of relevance to me.
I think
I'm
I
like,
said,
I've
like-
never heard you say it.
I think I said like, oh, that's where I got it from. Because one time I was like joking around.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I've never heard you say it, but okay, it's in your
You're tweaking, Richard.
stuff.
No, I'm just kidding.
Jennifer calls Needy. She's full. She's like, dude, I feel great.
Oh yeah.
And Needy, she's like, well, I'm still sad about everything that happened. First the Melody Lane, and then now Jonas is freaking... Oh, no, she hasn't heard about Jonas yet. But again, Jennifer's just brushing everything off, and she's like, do you need to move on? Like, everything's fine. And Jennifer does another one of her little quotes where she's trying to have this unique little language, and she's like, you should, feel good for me because I've been a lot better since Jesus invented the calendar.
Oh my God.
And then Chip calls Needy to talk to her and asks Needy to meet him at the park. And essentially Needy's like, dude, I gotta let you go. And then this is one of the scenes where I think you're talking about Jennifer being fully a demon because she's just standing in front of her mirror with a lighter.
Dude, yeah.
Sticks out her tongue and then
So this part is where you kind of see Jennifer back because she's like, I think I'm a fucking demon.
Or she's
or
a god. Yeah.
Yeah, and she burns her tongue. So it kind of goes back and forth, but I think it's more demon than Jennifer.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, it's fully the demon. You know what I mean? Like she's still subtly there, but then at the end, it's off the rails.
Yeah, you can see her tongue. Like you can see it
and
blacken
it heals.
and then it heals.
But so Jonas dies, right? And he's a neighbor of Chip's, and Chip's like, dude,
his parents called
Yeah.
his parents. And then Jennifer, before Needy hangs up with her, she's like, dude, what's up with Chip? He's looking really cute lately.
Yeah.
So that kind of sets Needy's rear off a little bit. So then Needy goes off. And
She's like, not my man.
She goes and meets Chip at the park, and she's like, what happened? And he's telling her all the gossip, and he's like, dude, Jonas was killed, torn apart, pieces of him were eaten.
So fucking, I'd be like,
Yeah,
dude.
parents are freaking out.
I'd be like, cool story, bro.
And then Anita's like, that's, kind of a huge coincidence. Like, first the incident, and then now Jonas is killed, and it's just a little extreme.
Yeah. So they talk about it, and then what happens next, though? Where do they go?
And then you see some just scenes. You go back to the school, and they're trying to show, I feel like, all of the students being affected.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of grays, gloomy undertones. People look upset. And then you just see Jennifer in the midst of all of this gloominess. She's just glowing. She's like feeling herself with her little pink
Her
hoodie.
hair's looking amazing.
She moisturized.
Yeah.
She conditioned.
And then in the hallway,
and then they're saying that their town essentially is becoming famous for the tragedies that are happening there.
yeah.
And then
Is
there's
this the class?
a
in
newspaper clipping of Low
shoulder.
He signed on to a record label, so their freaking their little thing that they did, their offering to become famous.
Sacrifice.
Yeah, it's working. So they're getting big as shit hit the fan in this town. And then there was a vigil that they held at the school.
Yeah,
for
and
Jonas.
is this where the class, like, is this the point where, like, the teacher's like, Will Shoulder has committed 5% of any proceeds? Yeah, and then Needy's like, oh my fucking God, really?
Yeah.
It should be the 97%. And then that stupid girl that we hate, she's like, Will Shoulder are heroes. They saved everybody they could in that fire.
Yeah. And it's like, you weren't even there. Why are you talking?
Yeah. And then the teacher's like, girls, calm down.
Yeah.
And then he says, the teacher's like, they even offered to play a show or whatever, play at the dance, right?
Eventually, yeah. But for right now, they're dedicating their hit song, The Trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, and donating money. And then in this scene, you can tell it looks like it's been a while since Jennifer has eaten, because she looks pale.
Oh, yeah.
A little faint. And even Needy makes
It's been a month.
A comment, and she's like, dude, are you okay? Like, you look really tired.
Yeah, it's been a month. They even say, okay, we're a month away, or month anniversary. And she does, and Needy does. She's like, oh man, you look, really tired. And she does. She looks like shit.
Yeah.
I like Viana's tidbit on this. She's like, she lost like 20 pounds, and she was 90 pounds when she did this
97 pounds. She lost like 15 or 10.
Dude, I don't believe that. Like,
You
I
don't?
feel, no, I don't. For that scene that took like 5 minutes.
No, not just for the scene, for the
No,
movie
for the
itself.
whole movie.
So when she had her 2 scenes of looking like frail,
No.
I don't know, man.
think she meant the whole
I don't
movie.
know if she went full Christian Bale for this movie, guys.
No, because people, they like to get into their actual roles, they will gain weight or lose weight.
I
So
understand.
it's not like
I understand.
not believable.
But I don't know if she went full Christian Bale for this in The Machinist. Like, there's no way. I don't know. I think it's one of those tall tales where you hear stuff about movies like, oh my God, like Heath Ledger got so into the Joker, he lost his mind. You know what I mean?
I'm not here to argue.
It's those kind of
Whatever
dumb,
you wanna
it's just those dumb kind of things that you hear about movies. You hear them all the time.
And then Jennifer makes a comment, and she's like, oh yeah, not 100% myself. Goes through the list of everything that's wrong with her, and she's like, I think it's starting to wear off. And again, just like another little trigger, and Needy like, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah. And this is where the
And
goth
then
kid
we see-
comes in.
Yeah.
He's emo, I think.
Goth, emo, I don't
Emo.
care. He's got a lot of makeup on, and he's wearing spikes and black.
Or punk. I don't know.
No, it was emo
It was
goth,
emo.
dude. Okay, so 2009, that was emo goth.
Yeah.
Colin comes around.
He's a Hot Topic special, man.
He was in one of the
that does look like the
posters.
stuff you see.
that
at
that
Hot
does
Topic.
track, dude.
Yeah.
Is Hot Topic? I haven't stepped in a Hot Topic in forever.
Oh.
Is that still the thing?
Yeah.
That's where I get a lot of my shirts from.
So they still have cool band shirts. That's not a
Yeah.
bad thing, but do they still have all that gothic kind of?
Yeah.
Kind of. They have a lot of anime stuff in there too.
Oh,
And,
they
like,
transitioned into anime.
yeah,
huh?
they have like belts like with studs and spikes. So
Oh,
yeah, kind of goth, kind of emo.
Yeah.
There-
So you have an attitude. Like that's kind of what they sell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, Yeah.
Okay.
it's still all black in there.
So yeah, black and depressing. But hey, man, I like it. Sometimes I'm in that mood. Maybe I'll go goth for one of the
Yeah,
episodes.
You should go to work gothic.
And yeah, oh my
Yeah.
God.
You show
To
up,
live is to die.
wear
God.
like tufts and spikes and a choker.
Listen to Typo Negative, just going
Oh,
hard, man.
Goth metal.
Yeah.
Pull out the label, some eyeliner.
Oh my god.
Hey, I wore eyeliner in a band.
Hey, are you gonna paint your nails black
Hey,
again?
dude, back in the early 2000s, man, that was the shit.
To wear eyeliner.
Oh, yeah, it was all emo. It was the craze.
Were you? Did the girls find you salty?
I hate that term.
You fetch.
I don't think I was. I don't
You
think I
were
was fetch. Nah. I think I was like cottage cheese.
I thought you said you were like friends with everyone.
Yeah, and I thought you said that all the girls wanted you.
No, you guys are embellishing.
That's
Get the
you
fuck
said.
out of here.
You would say
We're shutting this down.
No, no, no.
Stop. I don't even want to hear it.
you'd say like, yeah, I wouldn't even know if I was still dating one girl and then the
Get the
other.
fuck out of here.
You said they would cross over.
Dude, get the fuck out of
I
here.
remember that.
Anyways,
And you would make
I'm
albums.
not even
with
biting
them.
on this. I'm not even gonna bite on it.
You
So, anyways, let's go. Viana.
you probably embellished it.
No,
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here. But where are we at in the movie?
Colin and Jennifer. and
Oh,
Eve.
yeah.
So Colin's trying to ask her out, which is weird and random. Hence to like the supernatural stuff going on. Like people are just attracted to her.
Yeah.
Like
and-
she's not unattractive, but there's people that normally wouldn't have even thought about her as an option are now coming out of the woodwork.
for her. Yeah, because initially he like had to cross words with just Needy.
Yeah.
And then now he's approaching him. He's like, hi. But then Jen, she's like, oh, trying to make conversation, asks if she can borrow his homework. And you can tell that he wants to ask her out. And she picks up on it right away. And she's like, why are you trying to ask me out? Like, and kind of stunned him. Is like, well, shit. And she's like, come on, like, let's hear the pitch.
Yeah.
And he invites her to go watch a movie, Rocky Horror. And she says she doesn't like boxing movies, thinking that it was a
Rocky.
fucking Rocky.
Ugh, I don't like boxing movies.
And
he's like, well, he's like, you know what? Fucking forget it.
Yeah, he's taken back. He's like, no, not boxing, and then fucking walks away. And Needy picks up on it too. She's like, well, that was weird. Like, you're talking to Colin. That's not your go-to.
Yeah.
And Jen makes a comment and she's like, whatever. She's like, he's into maggot rock and wears nail polish.
My dick is bigger than his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then she's like, hey, Colin. She's like, I'd love to go on a date.
Well, only after Needy was like, oh,
He's a nice guy.
like she thinks he's really cool. And Jennifer's like, what?
And he's a nice guy. And then he's like, hey, Colin, meet me at my house and we can watch a documentary
a documentary.
on some bullshit.
Oh, the mermaid movie, and she's like, it's this girl that has like sex through her blowhole or whatever.
Yeah, it was something weird.
Yeah.
And Colin's like, he's like, he doesn't care. He's like,
It's
oh,
like,
sweet, I got
okay.
a date.
Maybe she has AD or she has ADD too. She remembers random facts.
So with this now, after school, now you see Chip and Needy together, right? What's happening?
Yeah. No, they go. They ended up making it back to Chip's house after school, and that's where they have their makeout sesh.
Things get hot and heavy.
Intimate scene. He pulls out a giant condom.
And then one of the cringiest scenes is Colin in his car singing "I've Got Sunshine" by the punk rock band. Who sings it?
I don't know.
Didn't you have it pulled up earlier?
No, my mom was playing that, and we skipped it.
Oh, well, they play it. Man, Viana, are you contributing?
What?
I feel like I'm tossing you some softballs here, man. So anyways, what's happening? Like Colin's singing, he's pumped.
Yeah, he's like driving to the address, and he finds the house, and he's like, what the hell? Because it's like a bunch of empty houses getting renovated.
Which, red flags for me too. I don't care if it's Megan Fox or not. I'd be like, dude, this shit's not fucking fully done. I don't think she really lives around here. Maybe she's playing a trick on me. That's what I would think. I'm like, she just made me drive out here for nothing.
Yeah.
But he ends up going to the address, and he still can't get in. He's beating on the door. And he can't, but he's still determined because he's a young man, and he definitely thinks he's going to get lucky. So he's determined to get in there. He finds a window, right?
Yeah. He jumps in through a window and still calling out for her and no answer. But there's like music playing on the background.
And lights were on. Yeah, he's seen the lighting up top. He follows it, and then he does find Jennifer in there, right? And she's like, oh, you made it. And he's like, this isn't your house, huh? She's like, it's our house. We can play mommy and daddy.
Yeah.
So fucking weird, dude. I'm like, oh, this girl's clearly has a mind of a 12-year-old. I gotta go home.
It's role play, man.
Weird. And then, so they're there in their thing, and he is a little creeped out, though.
Yeah, and he's not 100% feeling it. He's like, do you even know my last name?
And now we're doing this weird yeah, he's like, you don't know my last name. You don't know anything about me. Like, he's trying to be all sweet. Like, he doesn't want to, like, you know, fornicate like this. He wants to, like, have a relationship. You get the vibe. Yeah. He's like, I don't even know you. She's like, that's okay.
Yeah.
We can play parents. And then as that's going on, it's going back and forth. So then it goes to Needy and Chip. They're talking about it. It's getting hot and heavy. He went to the store and got some condoms. And it's, well, they make cheesy jokes like, oh, they're ripped for your pleasure. So,
for the girl's pleasure.
Yeah. And
like, he's playing it like he's a baller. He's just cool. And then, so they're getting ready to do their thing. And then obviously Colin's becoming prey, and he sees mice, and he backs up, and then he cuts himself. And then that's when Jennifer's like, oh, you cut yourself, poor thing. And then, like, doesn't she, like, start licking his hand or whatever?
Yeah, and she goes up to him and starts getting pretty aggressively, starts taking off his pants. And then as she's undressing him, like, her eyes change.
yeah.
And he's like, whoa. Yeah, total Michael Jackson Thriller. Like, the eyes are like, and he's like, whoa. This is where I would like, dude, no way. I'm sorry. I don't condone it, but I would deck her. I'm like, dude, your eyes just changed into like panther eyes. You're dead.
You're dead.
But then, so now they start getting hot and heavy. Unfortunately for Colin, he's starting to get eaten. Yeah. And then at this point, Chip and Needy are intimate. And then Needy starts seeing blood coming from the top. So this is where they're connected. This is where you truthfully see they're connected. And she's having visions of what's happening, which is weird. She didn't have that with Jonas, but she does see Jonas in a chair with Jennifer sitting like a demon, sitting there, and blood coming down. She thinks it's hitting her face. Definitely has an uncomfortable look on her face, but Chip just keeps plowing away, man. He's a little engine that could.
What an experience.
And then she's like, oh, like making noises because she's like scared, and he's like starts smirking, and he's like, am I too big?
No, not at this point. Oh. Like, he's just looking at her. He's like, oh, whoa. And then, yeah, she starts screaming, and then he's like, what's wrong?
Yeah.
Am I too big?
Yeah.
And then he has a smirk. I'm like, you fucking asshole, dude. What a terrible teenager. But then she knows something happened to Colin. She got the feeling. She storms out of there, right? Like, they sit there, have a quick talk, but she's like, I gotta go.
And then she runs out.
And she gets in her car. And at this point, she's driving or whatever. And then she sees Jennifer covered in blood again. And Jennifer jumps on the hood of the car, right?
I don't. Is this where it happens?
Or does she like
She goes
totally fucks up.
turns.
Totally fucks up her mom's car.
Yeah, she jumps. She remembers there was.
Like, she swerves out of the way. She sees Jennifer, turns onto the road or whatever. She stops. And that's where Jennifer jumps on the hood of the car. And she's like, whoa, Jennifer, what? And then they share a little back and forth, don't they?
Mm,
You guys see this movie? Or
We did. I had it written
Yeah.
down. I thought it happened further down.
I think this was the moment. I think this is what happened.
no, I think doesn't like Jennifer jump on the car and she like reverses really fast and like peels out of there back. to
Is
the
that what
house.
happens? But what do they say? Do you remember what they
I
say?
don't think they say anything. They just like stare at each other for like a second.
I feel like they shared something, but maybe not.
Mm.
But yeah, then she gets home, right?
Yeah, and she's like calling out for her mom and she's sitting on the couch like crying and scared and she remembers like what happened like on the road and then she goes to her room and lays on her bed and
And then what happens?
and then Jennifer's like under the blankets and she's like hi and like she like
Is that this
scares
moment?
Needy. Yeah.
Yeah, and it freaks her out. 'Cause she's, by that time, Needy's going to bed.
And she's like,
Jennifer's
"What?
just
We
under-
always sleep together. It's slumber
under
parties."
her
Yeah.
blankets and like.
And then they have a weird possession thing where she lures Needy in. This is where that power comes in because then she puts Needy under the trance and they start making out.
Yeah, again, I think they play into, the best friends, the sexual tension that they've had in the past, or is at least what it seems like they had some sort of like, not just friends.
Oh yeah, when we used to play boyfriend girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Needy leans. Yeah, they fully go into a full makeout session.
But Needy pulls away. She's like, "Dude, this is weird."
Yeah, she's like, what's happening?
And she's like, "Dude, Jennifer, you gotta fucking go." And Jennifer's like, "Really?" And then she puts her pants back on and she's like, "You gotta go right now." And then she's like, "Where are you going?" Because she doesn't go out the door. She goes out the window, drops down, and disappears.
Before that, though, Jennifer tells Needy what happened that night. Like,
The night of the
fire-
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that she ate Colin.
No, with the
The fire.
band.
Oh, yeah, she got sacrificed. Oh, and it does the walkthrough of how it happened, right?
Yeah.
Because they're in the van and then they're talking about it and she still doesn't get it. And they're like, "Yeah, is she even a virgin?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm a virgin, okay?" Thinking that's like gonna save her life.
She thinks that they're looking for someone experienced.
But yeah, but had she known what it was, she could have been like, "Oh, nope.
Nope, not me.
I'm not even a backdoor virgin," and her life would have been spared.
Yeah, and she even asked them. She's like, "Are you guys rapists?" But
And they're like, "No," they're like, "Ew, gross." And he's
No.
like, "These fucking women, dude."
Yeah, he laughs and he's like, woman.
And then she looks over, and then it's the cult book or whatever, the wizardy book of demon books or whatever. And then they get out and they go to Devil's Kettle, which is a real place.
The waterfall.
Yeah, which I kind of want to go see one of these days. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, and she in the van, she was like trying to plan a way. You could kind of see like in her, like just like her eyes, she was like looking around to see like what she was gonna do, how she was gonna get at the situation.
Yeah, but at that point, too late.
Yeah.
And then they get her out. And again, the band's like, "I don't know if we want to do this," or at least one guy. He's like, "Dude, Maroon 5 or fucking Starbucks, bro." He's like, "Maroon 5. He's like, "Okay, we got to brutally murder her and throw her in." And then they get ready to do the sacrifice, right? And then their little sacrifice song is fucking Tommy Two-Tone, 8675309.
Yeah, and they're like, Jenny.
He's like, "Wait," I'm like, "Dude, are you serious?" Like, I know they're trying to make it a joke and it's funny, haha, but a little cheesy in my opinion. I'm like, kind of took me out of it. I wish it was real culty, like they did a real thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It would've been
all
better.
they have is just a folded paper out of his back pocket that he found
Yeah.
online.
On
Yeah.
Google,
On
which don't get me
Wikipedia.
wrong. Don't get me wrong. It was funny that these guys were trying to do it, but it was so half-assed.
And they're trying to become famous. They're like, "No, this is real."
Yeah, it
gonna
was
work.
so half-assed though. They didn't even put any real effort into it.
Yeah,
And then yeah, they all start singing 8675309.
fucking go ham on her.
Yeah, and then yeah, he just starts stabbing her, and then they throw her in the water, and then that's when it flashes back to them, right? to the room.
They throw the knife in the water. It doesn't really show what happens.
But it's implied she got thrown in there.
Well, she says, yeah, that after that, she doesn't know what happened. She just remembers, for some reason, she's still alive. The knife didn't kill her. And all she remembers is finding herself back to Needy's house and that she was like super hungry. And she's like, yeah,
and that dude what it was his name? Indian exchange student.
Ahmet or something.
Yeah. And he's like, he was alive. And then, and then it shows him and she's like, does anybody know you're alive? Do your
foster family know that you're alive?
And he's like, And then she's like, okay, follow me. Fuck you. You asked me all those questions. I'm like, I am not going with you. You're going to clearly kill me.
Well,
I'd rather be lost than go with her in the woods, dude.
She was like, we're going to get this all like situated and like the problem out of the way. Like, act like she was going to help him. So.
Yeah, fuck that, dude. I would not do it. I'm like, dude, you're weird as fuck, and I don't trust you. I'm getting out of here. You're covered in blood, clearly.
And then she says, that's kind of when she put it together. She's like, ever since, I just know what to do to be strong and unkillable. She's like, it's like some X-Men shit.
Yeah.
She's like, she figure out she has to eat people.
Oh, and then she stabs her. Yeah, she cuts open her arm, and then it heals like fucking Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, dude, Needy's like, you gotta get the fuck out of here. She's like, fine. And jumps out the window and disappears. And then the next day, Needy's freaking out at school. And then Chip's like, hey man, you haven't returned my calls. What's going on? Are we even together anymore? And she's like, dude, we can't be seen together right now. It's just not safe. And he's like, well, I bought us tickets to the dance. And she's like, you can't go.
Yeah, and then she's like, trying to explain to him what's happening with Jennifer and why she's so concerned, and tells him that she's been doing a lot of research in school, that they have a paranormal section apparently in this high school.
He even references that. He's like, we got a paranormal section?
Yeah. A cult section.
Yeah, she's like, and I found out that demons are weakest when they're hungry, but usually like a knife to the heart is what'll do, and that'll kill them. And then she, based on her research, she's like, yeah, I think what Jennifer went through was a demonic transference. They thought she was a virgin. She's not. So the demon is in her. Now she needs to eat flesh.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're crazy. You need help. So she just brushes it off.
Yeah. He's like, dude, it's not, I don't believe you, but I'm worried about you. And she's like, just don't go to the dance. But he's like, I buy you the corsage, man. We're going.
Yeah.
And he's all butthurt about it. And then what happens next?
Again, so they kind of go in their own ways, and everybody gets ready for prom.
How do you feel about
not prom, but a dance.
How do you feel about the pacing of this movie?
It goes fast.
Yeah.
I think there's fast and slow. The pacing for me, it's not perfect pacing. It does have its moments where it speeds up, like especially during the gory scenes. But I feel like there's some scenes that just, for me, it was like. But again, I'm not in love with this movie. It was entertaining. I just feel like some of the pacing was a little bit off in some parts.
The one thing that I was, like, there's all this murder, there's all this like people getting killed, people disappearing, and they're still allowing this dance to go on.
So I know for a fact they would cancel that shit. They're like, fucking, because even Chip in his room, he's like, Mom, I'm in my underwear. And then she comes in,
just concerned
and getting dressed, and she's like, here's some mace. And he's like, there's some sicko killing little boys.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I could take care of myself, okay, with his Justin Bieber hair.
Yeah, and he's like, I've been using the
Bowflex.
And she's like, do you remember like what happened to Colin? Like,
and like, Jonas, how big he was.
Yeah.
And then also, how do you guys like Needy's dress?
It's very 80s.
I love it.
Very retro.
Dude, I love that dress.
Outfit.
Yeah, the whole outfit.
I thought it was great. I'm like, dude, hey, more power to you rocking that dress.
And her super big curly puffy hair.
Yeah, and she's taking a picture with her mom, and she's just like, and then fucking Chip has a picture with his sister. She's like, hurry up, take a picture with your sister. I'm sorry, that's weird.
It's weird.
A dance picture, and why does your little sister have to
Because
be
he
in
doesn't
it?
have a date. Needy didn't want to go with him.
Why even take a picture?
Because his mom wants a picture.
Yeah, because his mom loves him.
That's fucking weird, bro.
It's not
Not
weird.
really.
That's weird.
I would have made Viana take a
No,
picture.
my mom does that.
It's weird. That doesn't make it unweird.
What, taking pictures when they go to
Okay.
school
It's your
dances?
family.
I get it, but when you're doing back to back, arms crossed with your little sister and
I
doing a
feel-
pose, you're telling me, Viana, you would do that and be stoked on it.
She's done that with her cousins.
I feel like
Playing around.
No, I feel like parents, like especially I don't know, mothers, at least my mom, like they like to cherish little moments like that with like their siblings, and
I
like
think you're missing the point.
it's
though.
an important part of their life, and they like to look back on that.
That's a cheesy thing that the daughter, there's no reason to have your little daughter in that picture.
Okay, Chancho is gonna take pictures. You're not gonna be in any pictures return
Dude,
because clearly you don't like family photos.
whatever.
I get it. The mom wants a picture with her 2 kids. Maybe it was his sister's idea to do those poses, and he loves his sister, so he's going along with the
Yeah.
poses.
I don't
They have
know.
nothing
It's
to do
fucking
with
weird.
the story.
That's fucking weird, man.
Anyways, and
Hey, I get it. You guys want to argue with me on everything, and I'm argumentative, but dude,
maybe
if we're looking back at this, dude, we've had conversations about this stuff,
about what?
about little things like this, and you guys agreed.
Like what?
I don't know. I can't remember, but
Okay, so you don't have any information
Okay.
to back that up on.
okay.
No, this next scene is where I see a little bit of Jennifer.
Yeah.
Not so much the demon. She's also getting ready for this dance. She's brushing her hair, and then her hair is like falling off.
Yeah, she's
She
not
looks
doing
pale,
so good.
fragile, just tired, just really lonely. And this scene, she just looks so sad. She's like teary-eyed as she's doing her makeup.
She's hungry,
And
and sad.
yeah,
but
and my
hungry. I think
mom-
she needs to feast.
Well, she looks pale because she's hungry. She gets weak every time
Yeah.
she's hungry.
But they have also mentioned when she's hungry, everything. She's down and out. She's set. She's everything. Like she's having her worst days ever when she doesn't eat.
What were you saying, Viana?
I was saying that you mentioned earlier that it's just kind of sad because like everyone's parents are like helping them get ready for prom, taking pictures, and like you don't really see that much of Jennifer's mom until like the end. But
That's the only time you see her, right?
Yeah.
yeah, which is pretty sad. And you were like you said, Richard, you were like, oh well, yeah, she feels like down, but it's like it's. I think she's sad that she just looks so like just miserable.
She's lonely.
Yeah.
She has a demon. Like, there's a
Yeah.
demon in this body now that this freaking band took her and did this to her.
Yeah.
Unwillingly, she didn't die. She's kind of has her highs and downs throughout.
I didn't get that at all. I got the demon. She was not feeling it. She's down and out. She needs to eat, and she's planning on eating because she does when she puts the foundation on. She's upset because she's ugly right now. She goes and she knows who she's tracking down. She wants to eat Needy's because they've had a fight. She wants to eat Needy's boyfriend, Chip. And what does she do? She goes over there and has that plan and sees him in the park and tracks him down. I think at this point, she's gone at this point. It's not Jennifer anymore.
I don't know.
It's feeding time.
I think it's more than that because it's just sad.
Okay, I don't know. I didn't get that vibe at all.
Because you're not a woman. No, I'm just kidding.
And then, yeah.
I could be wrong. That's what I got is now she's just, all she does is now live to eat. Like that's her, she's a beast now.
I mean, sure. But also, I don't think that that's where the director was trying to go with the movie.
I don't know.
Well,
Anyway.
and then Needy makes it to the dance.
Mhm.
I mean, she's kind of hanging around because she mentioned that she was going to go and keep an eye on Jennifer. She's like, there's going to be all these boys. It's going to be like an open buffet for her.
Yeah.
So she's at the school keeping an eye out, and all these students are coming in and out. And
That's
she
the
doesn't
only
see-
reason why she's there.
She doesn't see Chip. She doesn't see Jennifer. And then this is where I was mentioning, like, you see Chip walking to the dance, to the school. by himself at
Well,
night in the woods.
he's gonna surprise Needy because he has the crochet or whatever he bought for her. So he was gonna go surprise her, and this is where Jennifer cuts him off and be like, "Dude, did you hear? Did she say?
Colin,
They were
the
together.
gossip.
Yeah, they were just going hard at each other all the time." And Chip believes this. He's like, "What? That's so crazy."
Yeah.
He doesn't want to believe it, but he's starting to believe it.
And Jennifer plants the seed. She's like, yeah, like, that's why Needy has been acting so odd since Colin died.
Yeah.
To kind of diverge on, Needy saying that Jennifer's possessed. She's like, no, she's just, crazy. She's ramping and everything. It's really, she was screwing Colin for so long behind your back.
Yeah.
And, Jennifer's like, but I care about you so much. And then it's back and forth between their conversation and then the dance, and then the principal comes out, or the teacher comes out again, J.K. Simmons. He's like, I have an announcement, all excited.
Yeah.
And he announces that Low Shoulder is there to play for the school for free. And again, Needy just kind of fucking rolls her eyes because these guys just will not go away from the town. They keep coming back.
So it wasn't for the dance. They were gonna go play at some point.
Well, no, they're there for the dance.
Yeah.
They're there currently? Because I don't remember seeing them play.
They never show them, but he does make the announcement they're there to play.
Okay, so that's what I kind of thought.
It shows them playing like a little bit.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. You could see them singing and like playing and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, through
like
the trees.
Yeah. And then you go back to Jennifer and Chip out in the woods.
Mm.
Jennifer's flirting with Chip, and she leans in and kisses him.
And he's like, I don't know about this. This is weird.
Yeah. And she's like, kissing, making out with him, and he's leaning into it. And then I feel like this is where she feels like needed, where I was talking about maybe she gave me lonely vibes, because she says she wants Chip to say that she's better than Needy, or I don't know if it's a competition thing before.
It is.
For friends.
Because they brought this up earlier that Needy couldn't outdo her, like even with dressing up or whatever. Remember, like she could only show midsection, not her chest. So it was like always a competition between the two. Like it was always alpha Jennifer needing the spotlight. So it drove her nuts that Chip didn't like her, but he liked Needy.
And then I don't know, like, what did you catch, Viana? What gave Needy the feeling that there was something wrong and leave the dance?
The crochet.
I think again, like you guys were making that connection that like, oh, like Richard being like, oh, like I think they were attached somehow. Like she felt her lips and she was like, Chip, and then she like started running out
to his house.
And
then the parents and the little sister are like, oh yeah, he went to go meet you, and she ran through the park and ran and found the crochet that she was gonna wear, or the corsage. I keep saying crochet, but it's corsage.
Yeah, and then right before, I think.
How did she find the place though? The pool that they were at.
That's what I was asking.
So like,
she just knew to run that direction.
Jennifer takes Chip like up there. And then, so it kind of goes back and forth with like Needy running, and then scenes like Jennifer with like Chip, and he's like, what are we doing here? And she's like, I don't remember what she says, but she's like, they are like sitting by the pool, and she's like, kiss me like again, because she's like, I feel so empty. And then he stops and he's like, this doesn't feel right.
Empty, like she's hungry.
And so she pushes him in the pool and like tries to drown him. And so as Needy's finding the corsage that was left by the trees, she hears Chip screaming like help from the abandoned building.
And then she goes into full on fucking Captain America mode, jumps through the window, somersaults in, and then this is where the scene, right, where Jennifer is like on his neck.
Yeah, and she turns and it's like,
and Chip just looks all innocent. He's like like doing the Zoolander. Right? Or I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Needy comes in there and she's like, why Chip? You can have anyone. And they start going off back and forth like, maybe you're just lonely. And she's like, and you're desperate for attention. And Jennifer's like, whatever. She was like a queen of some dance.
Yeah.
And
He's like, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Dude.
yeah, she's like, get over it.
And she's like, you're no longer relevant. And she's like, yeah, I am. And then, and she's like, and now you need laxatives to stay skinny.
And then that pisses her off.
Yeah.
But at this point, okay, I wanted to point this out. Chip, somehow, either he did this or he found it, but this is so like improbable. The little fishing net to clean your pool, the pool net to clean it. How was that end so sharp? It was like a steak.
It was like broken.
Dude, come on. It was. Those things are usually plastic. I don't know. Like, I find it far-fetched that thing was like perfectly like sharp to impale her.
Let's try it out. No, I'm just kidding. Let's test this theory.
I get it. It's just a movie. They need to like move the movie on somehow, but I'm just like, really,
needed
guys?
to go out with a bang.
Yeah. And he impales her and she's like bleeding. But before that, she floats in the air. He's like, whoa, she's flying. And she's like, dude, she's just levitating.
Yeah.
You're giving her too much credit.
Brushes her off.
Yeah. But when she gets impaled, what does she say? She has a fucking funny line.
She's like, do you have a tampon? And she's like, shakes her head no. And she's like, just thought I would ask. It looked like you were plugging or something.
You might be plugging.
Yeah.
And then do they share anything at that point, or does Jennifer take off?
Jennifer pulls the pole out of her stomach. And then fucking Jennifer like somehow manages to get,
But does it
to
show her
escape.
take off?
Yeah, she jumps out the window.
Okay. And then they turn to Chip.
Yeah, and he's
It's like, I'm not going to make it.
Yeah, she's like, we're going to get help. You're going to be fine. And he's like, no, it's okay. Like,
and she's like,
I'm going to die. It's fine.
Chip, I love you. And he's like, whoa, I love you too. So cheesy. It was so cringe.
And then you see Jennifer. She's back home again, looking fucking pale as hell, and because she's hungry.
Laying there watching I forgot the infomercial.
A workout video.
And it's like a different scene of like the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, it circles back to the beginning.
Yeah.
And then this is where Needy comes creeping in.
Yeah, she jumps through her window, which if I were Jennifer's mom, I would have woken up. I would have been like, dude, what the hell? I would have been like,
all the
is she
rambling
okay?
and tossing around.
Yeah, because I feel like even if you sleep like a rock, I feel like you might hear like a bunch of like stuff crashing, you know?
Yeah, way before when she walked in.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well before that. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So they wrestle a little bit, right?
Yeah, and then fucking Needy pulls out a box cutter.
Yeah.
Okay, this joke too. I don't get it. She's like, you know what this is? For cutting boxes.
Yeah, and then she's
What kind
like,
of, why'd she make that statement though?
That one I didn't get.
Okay.
and then Jennifer's like, do you buy all your, what was it, murder weapons at Home Depot? And she's like, God, you're butch.
Yeah. God, you're butch.
And then Nita hits her with Jennifer's famous little cross out Jennifer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
she
God.
Does an X on her stomach yet.
And then they float. They start floating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
then
like,
Jennifer bites her
yeah.
as they're floating and freaking wrestling around. And this is where you were talking about earlier that Needy pulls off that BFF necklace.
Yeah.
And it kind of breaks their bond, and they fall back onto the bed, and perfectly placement, like the box cutter goes right through her heart, and Jenna's like, oh, my tit.
And she's like, no.
Your
Your heart.
And then finally,
mom
after
comes in.
after all shit went down, there was all this fucking rumpus and fighting and everything. The mom comes in, finds them, grabs Jennifer, and she's like, Jennifer, all sad.
Like, bro,
And
you
she's like,
could've-
Needy, what the fuck? And then she's like trying to revive her, picks her up.
What were you saying earlier, Viana, about the mom? She shouldn't have even come in or something.
Yeah, I was like, she shouldn't have even come in at that point. It's been done. Like, it doesn't even matter anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it really wasn't relevant.
Yeah.
But it was relevant to the point where they caught Needy.
Yeah.
And she went to jail.
Yeah.
So implying that she was the eyewitness. Is this the end of the movie?
They go back to the mental institution, and then you see they're focusing on Needy, and she's talking about, if you ever get bitten by a demon, I guess it's
harness some of the powers.
And you
you
survive.
can harness some of the and then they kind of like zoom out, and she's floating like so far up high in that window.
So she got bit but didn't die, and so she inherited some of the powers. But I think also it played a part where they had a bond. But it doesn't get into the movie. It doesn't specify that. It just, for me, that's kind of my theory, is she was somehow connected to Jennifer, and kind of that way she inherited a little bit of the powers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But that's just my opinion. I could be wrong.
She breaks out, which is what she wanted. And then she's just walking down the road, finds a knife that killed Jennifer.
So I think we failed to mention earlier, but the devil's like kettle waterfall, like she was explaining that scientists have tested it, and like they put stuff in and nothing has ever come out.
Well, when she breaks out, it's found. Like she walks by it.
Yeah, and she finds like they tested, like they dropped a bunch of like orange balls down there, and she finds that. And then where the band threw the knife, she finds
I'm kind of calling bullshit on that, because she just somehow, how come nobody else walking down that road seen just on the side of the road? It wasn't deep in the woods. It was just on the side. She's like, oh, there's a knife. Like nobody else found that. You know what I mean? Those floating orange balls. They could have got a little bit more creative with that. Like it came out somewhere else, not on the side of the road. But a cool part of this is after that, she takes the knife, but then she gets picked up, and a cameo of Lance Henriksen picks her up. And
really creepy guy.
Well, he plays a creeper.
Yeah.
He plays a creeper in it. But I thought that was pretty cool that he was willing to do it. And he's asking, hey, where are you going? And she's like, oh, I'm going to see a band. Oh, really? That must be really good. Yeah, she's like, oh, it's their last show.
Yeah. And
I wasn't super satisfied with this, though. I felt like they could have showed the scene of torturing them, because it implied it, and it showed some pictures of it, stills of it. But like, I wanted to see them suffer a little bit, because they were total POSs, and they were the shittiest alternative band I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, so it shows like them like videoing themselves like in the hotel and like in the restroom, just messing around.
Total rock gear too, where he has the fur vest on, leather pants.
And then they hear like a knock on the door, and then you don't really see the camera. I guess you kind of hear like screaming, right? Or like chaos.
How did you guys feel about that? Like, were you satisfied with that?
I was okay.
I was okay with it.
I don't know. I think it was a cop out.
And then it shows like, pictures of the crime scene after. Yeah. And then that's the end.
Well, yeah. And then it shows her groupies running to the room. And it shows her walking. She's on camera.
Hotel
implying,
camera.
I think it's implying that there's going to be like a potential sequel. Never happens.
Yeah.
Because the movie didn't really hit off right away. But yeah, and that's the end of it. How much? I don't think we covered it. How much was this movie made for? What was the budget?
Was it
16 mil?
61 mil? 16?
Yeah, 16, and it made like 39 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was poorly marketed.
So 16. So budget was 16 million, and then its worldwide gross was 39 million. So I mean, it still made a profit, just not enough.
Yeah.
And it was poorly marketed. That's kind of the biggest complaint from Diablo Cody and Megan Fox, right?
Yeah, so the marketing, Diablo wanted it to be a female empowerment, feminist movement, horror, where the girl was the villain, and the whoever was in charge of marketing, they were like, no, Megan Fox just plays sexy. So they were really trying to push that onto people. They were trying to market it.
Well, they had the target audience wrong. They were targeting young men. Yeah, young men from 16 to about 24. And that was the wrong demographic for this movie. Clearly, this is for females. This is a women empowerment. It's a feminist film. That's at least what I got out of this.
Yeah.
I don't think this was a film for me in that era. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what Diablo said too. She said, "No, it's not for. It's
Kinda
not
like
targeted
Lisa-
for guys. It's
Kind of
for
like
girls."
Lisa Frankenstein. That's not, for everybody. That's targeted for that young adult,
Yeah.
young teenage girls.
And then another thing that I saw started, or something that they were going to try to pitch, and then they didn't. They wanted Megan Fox to join adult sites
Oh my
and do
God.
live chats and pornographic sites to try to promote the movie that way. Because again, they were like the posters, the images that they were trying to use to market it. They were making it play it off as sexy.
Yeah.
And then it's funny that you mentioned the ending scene with Needy escaping. Originally, the movie was supposed to be kind of like a franchise that was to make sequels of it.
Yeah.
So they had movies like comics, all these things.
Man, what could have been, right? I think that could have been a really cool
Yeah.
avenue. They would have taken this deal. We would have had a really cool franchise, I think.
Yeah.
It would have got only
For that
better.
target, yeah.
Did you find kind of like what they were thinking for like if they did do a sequel?
If they did do a sequel,
Yeah.
there were several talks. One of them, they were trying to have a main antagonist, have it be a bisexual boy who was possessed by an incubus, who was the counterpart of Jennifer's, I guess, her playing kind of on a succubus role.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's fascinating. Do you have any more on that?
There was some other stuff just about that they talked about her demon and kind of what it meant. Again, just the succubus.
I kind of want to go back to like the moral of the story from what I gathered out of it. I think it revolves around themes of female empowerment and then the complexities of being in a friendship at that time as a teenager and the consequences of like the exploitation and objectification. I think this film really highlights the importance of understanding and supporting each other, especially among women, and warns against the destructive nature of jealousy and betrayal. I think it just kind of shows all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a good approach. I don't think other films do that.
No, and then
And then, just the allegories of this: female friendship, empowerment and justification, consequences of actions, and then subversion of horror tropes. So by focusing on strong female protagonists who confronts the antagonist, the film subverts traditional horror genre conventions, presenting a narrative where women are not just victims, but active participants in their stories, which is cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not just the scream queen, the survivor. They're actually in the forefront, the thick of the story,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
they can be villains. They can be.
It's not just the dude with the Crocs mask on. You know what I mean? Jason
Thanks,
Voorhees.
Richard.
That's what I was really getting at, guys.
But the other thing that I saw too was with Diablo Cody. She was really trying to push for kind of make a symbol of, oh my gosh, the word just freaking ran out of my, like with Jennifer again being offered as a sacrifice and consent. Just, they did this thing without her consent. They freaking lure her out there. Right. She was dumb and she's like, no, yeah, I'm a virgin, thinking that was going to get her out of that situation. And then from there on, it just completely ruined her life.
Yeah, exactly. I think also the tropes in this movie, you would think this would take wrong turns at every step of the way, because the tropes you have are the possessed cheerleader.
Yeah.
That could be a hard story to sell because it's been told over and over. The virgin heroine. That's another one. The popular mean girl.
Oh, yeah.
Sacrificial ritual, and then just the high school settings there, and then the revenge of the nerd, like Needy being taking her revenge, and best friends turning enemies, and then you have your final girl, and then you have a teen horror. So you have a lot of tropes happening in this movie where any one could have really derailed this movie.
Oh yeah.
I thought they did a pretty good job navigating those tropes.
Yeah, I really liked it. I feel like
You know what I'm saying, though? Like, if they just messed up a little bit on one of those tropes,
could have ruined
it would have been an awful movie.
Yeah. So yeah, like you mentioned, when the movie first came out, it didn't do as well. Lately, people have been picking it up on social media and just kind of going on their own and researching it and just kind of looking more into its actual targeted audience. There was also some comments that people said that movie maybe came out ahead of its time. So now it's finally making
agree.
its way. Because now
I
it's
would agree.
now you talk about Jennifer's Body. It's kind of a cult classic.
It was a trailblazer for its time for sure, because now it opened the avenues for like Lisa Frankenstein and gosh, what are some other good ones?
It definitely gets
Call Me by My Name. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I think it gets more recognition now. Like,
it does. And that's part of the reason how I even like appreciate it, opposed to back then. Even back then, I probably would have shit on it. Like, there's a reason why I didn't go see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm glad I got to see it for the first time now, because I had fresh perspective on it and more of a mature perspective. Yeah. And I was like, man, this is actually enjoyable, because believe it or not, folks, there are worse movies out there. We're going to cover, Viana, are you excited? We're going to cover a bad one down the road here in Hard Rock Zombie.
What? I thought you loved that.
I love that movie, but it's so bad I gotta love it. There is a zombie Hitler in it. Zombie midgets.
The short people, that are zombie Hitler. I don't know.
It's a weird world of friggin' horror movies.
Hard Rock Zombie, dude.
The montages.
Oh my god, the endless.
That girl
dancing. I'm excited to cover that movie. Viana is going to be a part of that episode, because me and her, she showed us this, and I shit you not, at first I was like, oh, just another schlock movie. But then by the end of it, me and her just sitting there laughing all the way through as fucking Angelus is off doing whatever. I'm like, Angelus, you're missing out on this fucking shit.
Yeah, I found it and I was like, what the hell? And I was like, I have to show them this.
She's like, check this out. She's quiet about it at first, but she's like, pay attention. That was hilarious.
And then Richard goes down a rabbit hole. You found the band.
Oh my god, we have shirts now.
Paul Sabu, dude. Legend.
Yeah. We had to wear shirts.
That's what spawned this podcast, guys. I was like, we have to talk about this. We got to spread the good word of Paul Sabu. Sometimes you got to shake it off. Okay. And that is not Taylor Swift. She stole it from Paul Sabu. Okay.
What's that one song he sings for the underage girl in the movie?
Oh my god. Well, let's cover it down the road. Okay. We'll cover it.
Let's get back to it.
I listen to it every day, though.
Are you gonna wear your t-shirts when you record that?
Yeah, fucking A. And we're gonna TikTok a video on it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We're gonna go fucking viral with that shit.
Are you gonna do the dance that the girl does in the montages?
I don't think I'm capable. I'm not flexible enough. I'm not flexible enough, and I don't have the leotard she has.
I have leotards. I used to do gymnastics.
What?
You can borrow one.
I don't think I'm gonna fit in it, bro. I'm a grown man.
You're gonna be like the Hulk, like ripping out of his face.
Oh my god! Leotard. Okay, we gotta round this. We gotta round this out, guys. So the initial reception was mixed. It wasn't very good. The current reception's really good. People appreciate it. They appreciate the subversive take on the horror tropes, like we were talking about, and the sharp dialogue, I guess. But I don't like the dialogue personally. Nobody talks like that as teenagers. Maybe now, but they don't talk like Richard. That. That's so stupid. Do we have ratings? Do you know what Rotten Tomatoes gave it?
Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 46%, IMDb 5.5 out of 10, and Metacritic's 47%.
Nice. And then the influence and legacy. Do you think this inspires generation of filmmakers to create more nuanced and subversive horror films?
I think so. I actually was going down the rabbit hole on Instagram today of a female director. I'll have to go back and look at her name, but there's been a lot more woman directors getting into the genre of making horror movies.
And I'm kind of intrigued of thinking about that, like centered around female experiences and perspectives. In horror, you got females, but it's written by guys, and it's usually damsels in distress having to like survive, and it's just different. Yeah. Like they're not powerful. You don't get the thing that they're powerful. You just get that they survived.
Yes.
But this, it's actual taking on that power, which is
Yeah.
cool. So, Viana, we'll start with you. How do you rate this movie?
5. 5's all around. I enjoy this movie a lot. I
And-
like it.
And
I
your
like,
favorite?
Yeah. Well, not my favorite movie.
Wayne's
but it's one of
World.
my-
It's ahead of Wayne's World.
Maybe not Wayne's World. I don't know. I like the themes.
Head of Scott Pilgrim.
No. But I like the themes. I like the message. And I like how it's getting more recognized now
All right.
than what I hear that it wasn't as, like, appreciated back then.
Yeah. Would you recommend this to people to watch?
Definitely.
What was your favorite kill?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't have one?
No.
Okay. Angelus, what about you?
I think I would give it a 3 out of 5.
Okay.
So kind of middle. I feel like the message is strong. But again, the target, I'm in my 30s, targeted towards teenagers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Kind of a little, but yeah, no.
Had you been younger, I think it would have had a more of a different impact on you.
Yeah, I think so. So yeah, I would recommend it to everyone to watch it at least once,
Okay.
just to kind of see what the fuzz is about.
So 3 out of 5, definitely a recommendation. What's your favorite kill?
My favorite kill. You didn't see a lot of the freaking actual kills happening. Probably. Oh my god, who did she when she was sacrificed? Does that count?
Sure. That was your favorite part?
Sure.
I think so. Okay. I'm with you. Not being a teenage girl, this didn't have a profound effect on me. But I give it a 3 out of 5. It was entertaining. I was still entertained. I watched it all the way through that first time. It was really good. Again, I apologize. I'm not feeling too good. So it started last night and I kind of fell asleep the second time. But I do. I give it a 3 out of 5. And
Favorite kill?
Yeah, my favorite kill, honestly, I would have to say would be, I'm trying to think. I want to say it was Jonas. You don't see it, but then you see his body just all split open.
Split in pieces.
Mhm.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good. Or Chip, because Chip was kind of he was meh.
You didn't like Chip?
Nah.
Oh, you remind me of Chip.
What?
No, I'm
Get
just
the hell
kidding.
out of here. No, so yeah. Do we have anything else to cover?
No. Did you have any ratings that stood out?
Oh, reviews? Do you have
Yeah.
any good reviews?
Yeah, but first I have a
Viana's
couple
review
of fun
corner.
facts.
Oh, go.
I guess not really fun, but just facts.
Can you make them fun? Say
I
it.
mean, death
fun.
is kind of not fun, but
That's horror,
I
though.
can definitely.
Just do
Um,
voices.
You can tell Viana's like starting to crash. She's like totally like not into it.
So some people were saying that it was based off of a true story. A 15-year-old named Elise Palmer was lured by 3 boys and stabbed multiple times and left to bleed out in the woods. One of the boys later came to the police station and confessed, and they were all charged.
That's
Okay,
crazy.
you're really
Yeah.
killing this vibe.
I told you it wasn't fun.
Yeah, continue.
And then
Make it worse. I hope this gets worse.
Okay. Somewhere else I read that it kind of incorporates, like, lightly some of Cody's teen years into the
Ooh.
story. And what?
Oh, that's dark.
And slightly Gino. No, I mean, like, I guess, like, the friendship aspects and stuff
Oh,
like
okay.
that. No, not the demon stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
Ew, she liked alternative rock bands that were terrible. Little Shoulder.
Hey, I did too. No,
You
just
like
kidding.
Low Shoulder?
No, not
Is this what your band's aspiring to be? Tangerine
No.
is the new Low Soldier.
Please don't sacrifice anyone.
Don't do it. No. No, I think you guys
Yeah,
will be a little bit
totally.
more entertaining.
No, they're too innocent for that. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Hey, shout out Arlo.
Okay.
It's like, okay.
He's in the band, right?
Yeah, he's our bassist and our singer.
Yep, they call him Swagger Fingers.
No, we don't. I'm sorry, Arlo. Okay. He's He's embarrassing 30-year-old.
Oh
No,
my
I'm just
God.
kidding. I'm joking. Okay, reviews. Someone said,
Hopefully these are funny, right?
yeah, Jennifer's body over The Godfather. 5 hearts and a star. 5 stars, yeah, and a heart.
Clearly, they have bad taste. Dude, was that a real review?
Yes, on Letterboxd.
Jesus fucking Christ. How dare they shit on that
Okay.
fine piece of cinematography.
It reminds me of the Barbie movie. They're all explaining the
Huh?
cinematography to the Barbies,
Oh,
the cans. That's Richard.
I like Matchbox 20, okay?
Yeah, huh. Okay. So I can't do this anymore. Someone said, this is Twilight for bi girls. 5.5 stars and a heart.
I see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else?
Okay, I see it. Move on. Someone said, always double check your virgin before sacrificing. 6 out of 10.
Dude, I think that's words to live by. If you're into that shit.
If you like demons and lesbians, you will like this movie. 5 out of 10.
Oh my God, that's a bit straightforward. I don't know if that's necessarily the case. You're missing the point.
And then and then Richard he would randomly say, Scissor Sisters.
Dude, we're losing listeners. They're like, this fucking piece of shit, this fucking woman hating dude. I swear to God, I love women. I love women empowerment. You guys are amazing. Angelus is the best person in the world.
Oh, I love you too.
Someone said,
I love you, boo boo.
this came from the pen of an Oscar winner. 5 out of 10.
Oh,
Which, whoever that was, you're a loser. And you can't understand art.
What did she win? Like,
Oscar.
I know, but
I don't know.
for what?
Did you know?
Oh, it was
Yeah.
Juno. Fuck,
Did
I'm an
I?
idiot, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm a fucking dipshit. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
So
Woman
far, I know.
hater.
God, honestly, guys, I don't think I've ever seen Juno.
What?
What?
The movie's not for me, man.
Oh
It's
my
for
God,
everybody.
it's so good.
It wasn't for me.
We'll watch
I
it.
was more of a knocked up guy, Seth Rogen.
We're gonna watch it, you know.
Yeah.
No, I don't want
It's
to watch
so
it.
good, dude. You had to watch it at least once in your life.
I'm just not that age. It's teen pregnancy.
I still like it. It's
Yeah.
not. It's more than that.
It's
Sure.
funny. It's funny.
It's a drama comedy.
Yeah.
Guys, I watched 3 Billboards in fucking Missouri.
Like, I remember.
I watched Titanic. Like,
You haven't watched it. Fiona.
I watched it in 1997 at the Garland Theater.
Like-
Okay, mother.
I remember this one part, and she's at like
Privilege.
the clinic, the pregnancy clinic or whatever, and she's like, take one of the condoms, like the lady behind the desk, and she's like, they're like blueberry pie flavored. Me and my boyfriend love them, and she's like, what the hell?
And it
Nice.
has a good soundtrack.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
on that note, we got to wrap up, guys. We're hitting
Wait,
3
no.
hours.
Okay,
We're
there's
hitting
more.
3 hours. We got to go. How about next review? You can even sprinkle in a couple of in
Oh,
the next episode.
Brother, this guy stinks. There's a few more.
No. We got to go.
Okay.
Okay, what's our new catchphrase?
Richard's a loser.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
Vienna
just kidding.
is not going to be on this episodes anymore. She's going to be gone. It's not going to be Vienna's review corner anymore.
Okay.
I'm just teasing.
Mhm.
But
No,
what's
I'm
our
joking.
catchphrase?
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. Hasta luego. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Horror Cinema Obsession. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If so, help spread the word by leaving a rating and review wherever you listen to podcasts. And join us next time for another episode of Horror Cinema Obsession.